Well, the cow too. That is definitely moo.
Okay, I got a good joke this week. This one's good.
Here the hell we go.
Yeah, he probably got it from the alien guys. Yeah, go ahead, dad jokes.
Okay. This is a good one.
All right.
I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with. I was tripping all day. I bought some shoes from a drug. Yeah. Welcome to the show, motherfuckers. We are here. It's Wednesday. Let's do this.
Longest intro ever.
Hey, you stop it. Perfect.
Have you ever seen Flash's intro?
Get a shorter intro.
Shaq, you just
I feel like I'm a black person waiting for Joe Biden to do something for me.
throw some popcorn at the screen already, guys. Come on.
You got to speak Flash's intro because it's gonna go on for
we should make an intro and a false intro. Trick people out.
Do like a Mystery Science Theater one where they're throwing stuff at it.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Wednesday. It is Hump Day. It's time to talk about it. There's got to be some way I can prove it.
You gotta hump something.
I don't want to. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
Boys and girls, you got to pay him for things like that. Come on now.
For the vine.
$30 super chat. It's probably all we need to get him to hump something.
Yeah, exactly.
Shags OnlyFans to see that content.
Head on over there, or just super chat with. We'll probably.
If you're a fan, you can always check out Fansly at Shagsworth.
Oh God!
Somebody's gonna make that. I guarantee you.
It's all feed pics over there. You don't want those. Listen, guys, I'm so happy you're here today. I had a great stream earlier with Floro Under a Rock. I was hanging out with the puppets tonight and got to talk story with them. And now we're over here. We're talking story on this channel and on the Midweek Hump channel. We are live over there. We have a whole new channel for you if you guys want to subscribe over there. We're trying to build a channel.
If you want to know, go do it. Do it right now.
Do it now.
Just do it.
We're going to channel our inner Shia LaBeouf and do it. Okay.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it. Hey, Shy, get back in the closet, man.
It kind of sounds like Sheep's soundbite. Do we still have Sheep's?
Of course we do. It's about to blow somebody's eardrum out, though.
No, I turned them all down because you cried about it last week.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
So no, I turned them down. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, see.
Nice.
Sheep sounds like he's hiding, like under the floorboard or something.
Yeah.
You know where I am. You were down there with me. What you talking about?
Yeah.
We are back.
That's how we met, guys, actually.
Some fucking right.
You hadn't for those guys, Sheep? Yeah,
like
you had for those. What's up, my bro?
I like shook hands with Anne Frank. It was weird.
Little discotheque going on.
Well, we're back. Another Hump Day, episode 107. We're into this year, this 2024. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's been a great year so far. I've been doing a lot of interviews. June is starting to get packed up with some cool people. So I hope you guys are ready. Ready, Set, Shag is taking off. We're talking to people. I'm excited. No controversial people yet. We got some cool friends. But rest assured, we'll have them coming.
I call horse shit.
But with us today, we have RaikenNight. It's your first time on the Midweek Hump. I was like looking back at stuff, and I can't believe you haven't been on yet. What's going on, man? How you been?
Going well, man. Yeah, it's been going good. I was streaming Call of Duty earlier with Flawed, and out of nowhere, I guess Rumble decided to feature the stream, so that was a lot of fun.
Sick.
You're on with Flawed though.
I know, right?
But you're a Rumble exclusive streamer. Your content is on Rumble. Being over here on YouTube is not something you usually do. I mean, you've been guest stars on other people's shows. Yeah, been on with Camelot and stuff like that. And but yeah, you yourself stream over on Rumble. So
yeah, I just do gaming on Rumble. That's been about it right now. I want to do other content. I've just been a little lazy about just hesitant about getting started on it because I'm like, what do I want to do? And so I'm just kind of need to just make the leap and do other content, start trying to do multi-platforms on YouTube and Twitch and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been just been happy with just doing my stuff on Rumble. It's been fun. And
what you're usually playing first person shooter stuff over there, right? Like Call of Duty, Hunt the Showdown. I've seen
Hunt Showdown, Call of Duty. I've also been I do a thing of Final Fantasy 14 with some other Rumble streamers, and I just variety, whatever I feel like playing. I've never really stick to one specific game because I get bored really quickly.
Someone else who gets bored quickly with games. It's nice to know that someone else exists because it's really hard for me to stick with one game. And the sad part is I like games that have really a lot to do on them. But then I never get very far in those games. I'll go and do a good chunk of it, and then I'm okay, I'm ready to do something else. Yes.
That's what I do with Skyrim.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the good thing about that kind of game is you install a couple mods and you have a brand new game.
Mm-hmm.
True.
That's very true.
Yeah, it's weird because I was playing the new season of Diablo 4. I was playing by myself, and I just recently reached out to a couple of friends and was like, "Let's play." And then I just realized that the new expansion for Destiny 2 comes out on Tuesday, and I'm like, "Shit!" Now I'm gonna have to play that. But I don't.
And the new expansion for Elden Ring is coming out. It's I never finished Elden Ring. Shit.
Yeah.
Yep. I know, right? Me neither.
Finish Elden Ring. It's so good.
I know it was really fun and I love playing it, but I was just I never finished it. I was like, shit. Now it's now I have to finish it so I can play the DLC. But that means that's gonna be a lot of me just sitting down and grinding through it because I was not good at it.
But do you guys enjoy grinding? Because I find a certain meditation to it almost.
It depends on the game.
Kind of my
it depends on the game.
Sure.
There's certain grinds that are that I don't mind doing, and then there's certain grinds that are just it's kind of mind numbing.
Grinding survival games I hate, but grinding stats and stuff for survival games I hate, but like Diablo I don't mind because depending on what I'm doing, usually the gear, I'm getting gear. There's always that endorphin hit of oh, I got a bunch of legendaries or sacred legendaries or ancestral legendaries. Thank God. And yes, Matt, don't worry, still gonna play. All right. I actually started a barbarian to play with you.
There it is.
But
you heard that, Matt? He's gonna play.
I enjoyed grinding in Elden Ring. Because that one was fun because it was really nice to go out into the fields and just be able to whack at monsters and stuff like that. And so I had a pattern down and I was in one area and I'd do my pattern and I just did circles over and over again. And just grinded the shit out of it. Because I'm not very good at those kind of bosses either. So I was I'll just get super jacked and then I can just go in there and just waste them and get it over with.
Yeah. Well, and with Elden Ring, there's so many different guides on how to grind in Elden Ring. That's you can kind of switch it up so that you're not doing the same grind over and over again. You can okay, I'll do this one for a little bit, then I'll go over here, do this one. So it's you can kind of change it up a little bit.
Yep.
But other games, it's you're just doing that one thing for 10 hours and I'm really done with doing this.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm more of if there's any kind of grinding, I would prefer the survival method because at least I'm pressing different buttons.
Yeah.
As opposed to an RPG, for example, everybody knows my ire with Pokemon. And that they made it easy as hell to grind. Either it's really easy because you lucked out with like the glitch before the patch, or they threw in a patch that then makes you have to play different aspects of the game using the same mechanics just to get enough resources to then level up your Pokemon, and then you can still not use them.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the things I loved about like Red and Blue was the grinding you had to do. I remember having to spend like an hour or something before I was able to go into a town with a gym.
Running around in the grass,
just out in the grass, just whacking them over and over and over again. And that was something like the new games don't seem to have that. Every gym you go to is just way too easy. You just walk in there and mop the floor with everybody without having to put any real effort into it. It's
thank you for that analogy as well, because now anytime I play like one of the classic Pokemon games, if I ever do, I'm just gonna name myself, instead of Sheep Obsidian, just name myself Lawnmower, so I can just that's what I'm like. That's what I'm gonna do. Each one of my Pokemon are going to be named after a different like machine. So one's going to be named like Milwaukee, another one's going to be named like Dyson or some shit like that. It's going to be great.
That's the big thing right now, I think, with games is like, how do you make a game that people want to keep playing, but the grind isn't, as you said, right, and not mind numbing. And like looter shooters, I think they're in an interesting spot because like, I think Diablo can be mind-numbing at points. Destiny 2 can be mind-numbing at points. But like, as Punkwaddle would put, like they're like, let me see if I can find his comment. Like, there's like if you're opening chests and you're getting cool loot, like it's that, like I said, it's that dopamine hit, and it's like, okay, I'm getting something out of this. I don't feel as if nothing is being accomplished. Whereas like, you'll do circles or you'll do a boss fight over and over again and you'll get one piece of loot and it's the exact opposite of what you need. Or like in the case of Diablo, like right now, like you can get something, like you can get aspects or whatever for your weapons on something you didn't have, break that down and then get the weapon you need and then replace the aspect on that. So you can craft those things, like having that option to be versatile. And I know a lot of game studios are trying to find a way to make, like they want people to keep playing their games, but like, how do you get them to make that their game?
See, that's why you got to play Monster Hunter, because you're grinding obviously for materials and shit like that, but you're fighting monsters in different ways, different weapons and stuff like that. You can always switch it up. That's what keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
That's why I still got like hundreds of thousands of its user base or player base is still in 100,000s, like almost a decade later.
Is it really?
Yeah, it dropped in like 2018, so it's about like almost 7 years now.
Yeah, I do appreciate Monster Hunter World because like the variety of monsters and like how like you have to approach them are a little bit different, or like they're the different like how like they definitely make like the weapons like very different play styles is kind of nice because like it's essentially just a whole new game when you switch up the weapons.
I really want to play Monster Hunter World. That's a game that I do want to play with friends. The only, what turns me off of Monster Hunter World is how everything feels like, everything feels so heavy. And maybe that's the point. You know what I mean? Like the game doesn't feel fluid in its combat. And that is something I don't necessarily like.
Well, it's funny. The funny thing about that is like once you actually, because they have like a training area.
Yeah.
Once you actually learn the patterns and stuff like that, it becomes like it becomes more of like a dance as opposed to like like as opposed to something that's kind of non-fluid. It's like you have to know what your next step is going to be, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You gotta master the combos. It's almost like has like the Elden Ring aspect where you have to pay attention to the patterns and timing. But then you have to memorize that you gotta like know like when to use what combo for your weapon and how to like charge it up and be ready to use those combos at a specific time, which kind of makes it kind of fun, and being able to attack a specific part of like one of the monsters to kind of weaken it and get that specific part destroyed so you can harvest it is
basically
makes it fun.
And once you actually like master that one weapon you want to like main. You get out into the field, you die, then you can blame it on the hitboxes.
Yeah.
I own Monster Hunter World. I do own it. and I think I've tried to start a couple of times. I just haven't stuck with it, which I've tried a couple different. I think I tried the gigantic Buster Sword, and I've tried like
Great sword.
the Great Sword, and then I had like the two one-handed swords,
Dual blades.
the dual blades, and then I think I tried some sort of like bow or crossbow type thing. I
That
think
might be either light or heavy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I tried the heavy.
Oh yeah, the heavy bow gun.
Heavy?
If you're running heavy bow gun, you either A, know what the hell you're doing with like all the items you have in your inventory, or B, you're going in with 3 other heavy bow guns.
Yep.
That's how
Okay.
that works.
Well, you know what? Maybe me, Riken, and Sheep just need to get together and go monster hunting. Maybe that's what needs to happen, because I hear how great. I mean, I've seen people play Monster Hunter and it looks cool. I have just never been able to get into it. But every time I'm in it, I think this feels like Dark Souls. I know I can like this game. Like has that similar feel where you have to learn what the monsters are doing, like how like their windups and their like the telegraphing and all that. Like I know
That's if you're gonna do that, learn more about like how monsters move and what their attacks and patterns and shit are. Your best start is the easiest weapon in the game, which is the sword and shield.
Yeah.
Because you can just basically block a lot of stuff. You'll take like minimal damage.
Okay.
You'll get staggered, but you'll understand like how monsters move and stuff like that. So
yeah.
gotta be
Okay.
your benefit.
Well, maybe you guys convince me to pick up Monster
Stop trying to be like, advanced and shit and stuff you don't know nothing about. That's why you're picking up some of the more complicated weapons and shit like that. I'm actually surprised you didn't pick up like the insect glaive or some shit.
Oh, see, that's what I love. See, insect glaive, because you can just like jump around and just.
Oh, you're a pleb like me? Good.
Yep.
Good.
Look, it's fun, like spinning
It
in
is.
the air and then just come diving down with the insect glaive.
You're Spider-Man with a fucking staff. Like
Yep.
that's the selling point.
Damn, that's cool.
Like, because you literally just like stab it in the ground and like throw yourself in the air, and then you just come spinning and slicing like the monsters and shit.
Yeah, it's good.
Something I want to plug real quick. This is not sponsor stream at all, but we met in Vegas. We met Blaine from Criticless,
Yes.
who's running a website. Jesse, if you could throw their link in chat. If you guys watch a lot of movies, which I think a lot of people in chat probably do, you should sign up on criticless.com, I believe, and make an account and review movies. And
You can also get the app.
yeah, you can get your app on the phone. The phone app is amazing and cool. Great way to connect with other people and see what they're reviewing. Add your review, like, downvote, comment on their reviews. And right now, everyone's super nice and everyone's very like, let's write or let's help each other out. I'm trying to get at least 10 reviews on Titan AE because I want to see what people really think of that movie.
Bomb ass movie. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
And the fact that we did not see more in that style and more in that energy is so disappointing.
Well, so here's the thing about that. Let's talk about Titan AE for a second. Have you guys all seen it?
I mean, intros, fuck them. Let's just talk about Titan AE.
Yeah.
What's an intro?
Does everyone know? You guys know Jesse and Rista?
Y'all know me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
Great movie.
I said in my review that I thought the animation in this. So I just thought like this movie did horrible at the box office. It only pulled in like not even 10 million on like
absolutely bombed.
I think it was like a 50 or 70 million dollar budget, maybe more than that. But I thought that maybe it was the animation that caused a lot of issues because it was in this weird in between spot where I think CGI was in a weird kind of thing and the animation was in a weird thing because it combined both. And I thought maybe if it had been done in more of like a Treasure Planet style, it would have been.
I mean,
Even
it
Treasure
was
Planet
essentially
bombs,
Treasure. I mean,
Yeah, Treasure Planet bombed too.
Oh, did it? I guess.
Yeah, all of the
Treasure
better
Planet,
movies.
because Treasure Planet was like the
Those were
biggest
both-
bomb Disney had for until something recently. Because I remember going over it. But
This
if
was
you
like
haven't
when-
seen Treasure Planet or Titan AE, you are missing out. Go watch those after this stream.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
after.
Just watch them now. What do you mean?
This is
this
gonna
was
be a
like around
shit
the
show
time of like
anyway.
the rise of all of like the Pixar or the like Shrek movies and stuff, and like the downfall, like because like I think what was it? Tiny failed. I think fuck. What are the other ones?
Well, Titan AE and Treasure Planet were the ones that were like
Yeah, those two really
everybody
failed.
loved, but they did very badly.
Well, there was also I think the Road to El Dorado.
Road to El Dorado.
Yeah, but everybody.
Oh.
I think El Dorado is more well known than Treasure Planet and AE.
Yeah,
Primarily
but
for
I think
memes.
that one still even didn't do well. And like just all those like 2D animations
Yeah.
were like great movies, like really well written, but they all just kind of failed at the box office. And like
I like
Pixar and DreamWorks were like taking off, so they're like, let's go that route.
Tiny.
I mean, when it comes to the money, they made the right decision. But
Mhm.
you know, at the end of the day, the stories for both AE and Treasure Planet were incredible. Oh, fine, I'll give it to you. Treasure Planet had a very good template already done for
Yeah.
Treasure Island, but it
Mhm.
still was great. They reinvigorated the story and added the sci-fi elements in there. And if you were a fan of Treasure Island, you got to be like, oh, I know this character, but I don't know this character.
Yeah.
And
Very
you know,
cool
that was-
spin.
That was, and you know, Titan AE. I don't think it was based off. Was it based off of anything?
Not that I know of. I mean, it was as far as I know, it was an original story.
Great freaking original story.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say. It was like great original story. The cast was fantastic. Like of the time, it was like all the top people.
It's funny how those sci-fi, like those kind of sci-fi movies and TV shows around that time, because they were very similar. Like, remember Firefly?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So it was very similar. It's funny how when they released it, I guess it just wasn't the right time for that genre of stuff. But like 5 years ago, that kind of genre absolutely exploded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was funny because I just didn't. I wanted to review that movie because I had recently watched it with my kids, and my kids enjoyed it. And
I'd be happy to watch it, like pre-record it, watch it with you, and clip reactions and stuff like that. I'd be down for that, dude. That is a great movie.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a fantastic father-son movie, even though it's like, I mean,
I'm watching it with you, but I'm not calling you Daddy Shags.
No, I was about to say that.
Yes, you will. You'll do that for free.
Shags is Nogreenrocks' father.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Can confirm. Yeah. So
you're alive, you son of a bitch! All these years,
you can't escape your destiny.
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Sorry, I know dark humor. This is a bit much.
But yeah, make an account over on Criticless, review movies, get involved in that community, follow all of us. If you can find us, I mean, mine is just TheShagsworth, and if you guys are on there, I would imagine it's probably TheCommonNerd, RaikenNight. I don't know if you guys change your names.
You dropped a link
Not really.
for it inside the Twitter thread, perhaps, and that way people can go check out the thread.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Sure can. Wait, you mean for the Titan AE or just for Criticless?
No, yeah, for Criticless.
Oh, okay.
Put it on the thread for the show today, so like when people rewatch it, they have a place to go.
Yeah, and I'll tag Criticless, and I'll
or just
Blaine.
put the description of the video at the end of the video. One of the two.
Oh, that we could do that too.
Overthinking and shit.
Yeah,
and if
right.
you are part of the fellowship, be sure to reach out to Shags if you have any apps or anything like that. He'll check it out.
I just like when apps work. I like them,
Yeah.
and Criticless works very well. And I mean, people want to be on it. Like, and it's what I've noticed is that people are not using this app to like just shit on everything. They're using it to say like, "Hey, this movie I really like. Go watch it."
Well, it's a good thing they don't have a YouTube channel then.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would shit on it. Oh well.
Okay, I just tagged in the thread. It's in there. Boom, shakalaka. And I'll put it in the link later. Send D pics to Shag. Got it. We'll do. Yep, please do.
Yeah,
Thank
do
you,
that.
Boblito.
All the D picks.
Make sure you shave first so that your hog looks even bigger.
Oh, right.
And next
This
thing you know,
guy.
Shags is going to get a sponsor from Manscaped.
You know,
guys.
you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every single one of you guys. So
Shags has gone big, boy. He's getting sponsored by Manscaped.
Of course he is.
As he chugs his Pat's Blue Ribbon.
fuck yeah, award-winning beer, my man. Award-winning beer, and this is a 16 ounce, by the way.
Hey, at
He's
least
asking.
drinking
He's
the
asking
stuff.
for. He's asking for pics of male genitalia shaven while he drinks a Pat's Blue Ribbon.
I'd
I don't
be
think
more
you can
worried
get
if it
any
was
more
Budweiser
like
or
douchey.
whatever.
Like what are they? What are those? All those yuppies nowadays that want to like drink Pat's Blue Ribbon because they think it makes them feel special. What are all those little tools? I
They're
can't
called
remember.
yappies.
Yeah, well,
Yup.
they're definitely yuppies, but there's a different word for them. I can't remember what it is right now.
Pablito
They go to
sent me a
coffee house.
Pablito sent me a picture of himself.
There we go. And his only Shags venture begins.
And you
hipsters.
betrayed
That's
him.
what I was looking for. Hipsters. Thank you.
Hipsters.
Tim's
Oh,
Talk. Hipsters.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna guess that.
Shags, you
Yeah, and-
betrayed him by exposing his identity on stream. I can't believe you.
Pablito is actually Kermit the Frog with a cucumber.
They have
Kermit
Nair
the
for
Frog
men now.
here with the cucumber.
Somebody clipped that and Shags exposing Pablito's fucking face. Just clip that.
Yo,
Shags
you know
exposed
what we
to the
gotta
most-
do? Hold on. I gotta bring this up. This is the perfect time. I don't know why. I really feel like laughing, and I need this to be. Fuck, what
There you
happened?
go.
Hey, remember those intros we were supposed to get?
Yeah, Shags' DMs are empty, so he has to check
a
them
Rumble
all
intro?
the time to feel special.
Let's do intros. I feel bad. I didn't. Jesse, it's great to see you. It's another week here. What have you been up to, man?
Working on trying to find some new place to live. We're still in the process of moving. Got a
Nice.
halfway decent lead this morning, hoping we hear something back from that in the next couple of days. So yeah, trying to get all that done. Just hit 650 subscribers over on YouTube on the new YouTube channel. So that's pretty cool. Grinding and growing back up there all over again, starting fresh. So that's been a lot of fun. Had a great show with Kitty Flips from Flip City Magazine tonight. Christy, she was an absolute blast. If you guys haven't checked out Flip City Magazine, I highly recommend it. It's like what Mad Magazine was supposed to be back in the 90s, except way better and on steroids and absolutely hilarious. The artwork's great, and she was a joy to have. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already. And then there was something else I was going to bring up, and now I've completely and totally brain farted it, and I have no idea what it was because I talked about other cool stuff I was doing. So yeah, other than that, I'll probably think of it here in a minute. But go subscribe to me on Rumble too. I'm trying to beat Culture Casino. I only need like 30 more followers to beat Culture Casino on Rumble. So follow me over on Rumble too. But yeah, other than that, fun stuff all around. Crazy ass world we live in. And now, of course, he's leaving. So I'm just going to keep on talking. He does it stretch.
Just do it.
Shags is showing his drunk on stream, everybody. Check it out.
Do it. Yesterday you said tomorrow. So
Yes.
just do it. Classic
If I knew the whole
Shia
thing, I
LaBeouf.
would do it. Sheep, what have you been up to, man?
I've been alive. That's what I've been doing. For those that haven't seen, I put my recent project, which was my bookshelf, up on Twitter, full of like a bunch of books, and it's got like some figures and stuff on it. Go to my Twitter and look at it. It looks phenomenal in my own personal opinion.
Yep.
You can be the judge of that if you so choose to, but I like that people are taking note of the books and stuff I have on my shelves, such as the ever so classy Prison School, the very, very raunchy, adulterated manga series. It's really good. I recommend it to a lot of people who are into debauchery in some level of fashion. Aside from that, nobody made note of my entire collection of Shaman King, so I'm pissed about that. But somebody did.
Would if I knew what it meant.
Oh my god!
Dude, I remember watching Shaman King as a kid, man.
Thank you. Somebody here has culture,
Dude.
and I appreciate you.
That's not
Fucking-
me. Sorry.
Saturday morning cartoons of Shaman King.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
4 kids fucked it up, but it's fine. It looks.
No.
I liked it anyway.
Yeah, so
And,
did I.
Yeah, and I have like a bunch of Zelda stuff as well for those that have taken note of that. I got like 4 shelves full of shit. So that's cool. And it's just going to get better because, they put out, Nintendo announced that Lego Zelda set that I'm definitely going to have to get.
That looks cool.
challenge as to a build off, but he said he's probably not going to build it for like a while.
So it was you that was saying, because I did look at your picture and I zoomed in on every single book. You're the one who was talking about all the Zelda manga and how people should read it because it's really good.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, I think I have like all of the manga, all of the Zelda manga, because I don't think they have one for Skyward Sword, and I know they don't have one for Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. So there's that. But I do recommend those series. They're really good. They kind of read the same as the games, except they give you extra context and Link talks, obviously, but that's fine and dandy. You can move past that.
Yep. Okay.
I remembered what I was going to say.
Okay.
Shags. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's officially somewhere around a year that I've been hanging out with you fucking nut jobs on Wednesday night.
Yes. Love it.
I think it's about this time because I honestly don't even remember how the fuck we met or how the hell my ass even ended up on this show.
Does it matter?
I've been here for about a year. No, not
it
really.
It actually does. Oh, never mind. I guess it doesn't.
So in about a week, Jesse's gonna be like, "Hey, Shags, can we bump my paycheck a little bit, perhaps?"
Mine too. Mine asked for my raise for me.
I'm back to that effect.
Sheep. Is that anything else you've been up to?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, well,
Yaira finished up.
Yeah, Yaira concluded. I think I mentioned that last week as well, is that it was coming to a close, but it is officially over now.
If you want life-size model Sheep
at some point, you can still get the Yaira statue for those that haven't gotten in on it during that the weekend that it launched. You have ample time, I guess you can say. It's a McFarlane Toys crossover of a 1/6 scale Yaira statue. For those that are interested, we now have a buy now, pay later setup. So if you don't have the ducats to just drop on it immediately, you can pay in increments, and then it'll show up to you once we actually start rolling these things out. So
that's awesome.
Get in on that action. Yeah, no, I love it.
Well, no, because like a lot of the campaigns you guys have, like I really, really want to like be part of it, but I just don't have that kind of like
drop all that cash all at once.
But like, if you're like, hey, we want you to be part of this campaign, let's make it easy. Paid off in 2 months, 3 months, whatever. It gives us an opportunity to be part of the big thing and say, yeah, I was a part of that when
I was there.
Well, no bullshit. That stuff really is great because I actually affirms almost the exact same thing as Sezzle, because I've used both of them, and like that's how I bought my ISOM 2. Like the big package that I got of that was using one of those pay. It's essentially what was it back in the day? A layaway. It's essentially a layaway.
Yeah. Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, it's essentially what it is.
Right on.
That's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, it's a great idea, and it's a testament for those that don't understand this, but it's a testament to how much we as a company, especially Eric himself, listens to the community and to the fans, the customers and whatnot. Because a lot of people saw that price point and were just like, I don't know if I could do that, man. That's a lot. And Eric was like, heard. So he rolled out this new plan where you can go ahead and put some money down and then pay it off as you go. So that being said, if you haven't gotten in on that deal, but you do want to go ahead and get you a statue, I say take advantage of it. That's a really great deal.
It is a pretty sick statue. So
yeah, I love it. I'm getting one.
Looks great.
Nice.
So good.
It is a definite. I think it was somebody else that was kind of echoing my same sentiments. I'm gonna get like some LEDs set up, make it look kind of like frosted and bright and shit, just on the shelf. It's gonna look cool. It's gonna be huge.
Well, nice, man. Glad that campaign went well.
Also, I'm taking care of my lady. Obviously.
Good. Most important, and most importantly, of course.
Most importantly, I did have the one extra doctor's visit that I went to yesterday because I had to do some blood work. Came back with the results, and doc said that I'm completely normal.
Nice.
Go fucking figure. It's like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about or some shit like that. Or clearly I haven't been the same person. I haven't been me for my entire life. I need to get like somebody else's point of view. Hey, here's my blood that I live with. There you go. It's good. And they told me it's good. Come on now.
Nice.
Come on now. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
That's not what you're trying to get a piece of broken off of for you.
I know what I'm trying to say though, so that's what I'm saying.
We all know.
I know what I'm getting at. Y'all insinuate whatever the hell y'all.
How does sheep like his eggs? Fertilized.
Fertilized, yeah, buddy. Fried and fertilized. Shout out to
Well, awesome. Nogreenrocks. What have you been up to, man? What have you been busy or what? You just been working like a crazy man?
Yeah, I've had some pictures in my car that's been keeping me hella busy. But over the past week, I've been watching some of this drama with a gentleman called Praise of Shadows. I'm not sure if shit going on, but it's funny because he insults a whole bunch of people and calls them like right wing, and most of these people they're not they're more center left if anything. Logic. And I've been watching each of these guys' videos just that's what they got. So rule number one, everybody, if you're gonna do an expose video on anybody or talk shit, make sure you do your damn research. Please do. And if you fuck up, don't take a vacation from the internet for a month. As well. In a nutshell, and I wouldn't mind going through it by bits and pieces, but in a nutshell. Which video you want? I got Mudahar, I got Oompa, he called out Brendan. I'm ready to go. He called out Brandon Herrera. He called out Oompaville. He called out Shoe on the Head. He called out I think I just said Mudahar, but Oompa. He called out just a bunch of people. And all because of this Angry one guy winded. That was the funniest one because Angry Cop put up a thumbnail where a supposed Peter file was taken out by the police. So the guy who made the video, everybody's like, "What are you? Some kind of what are you? An apologist? These type of people?" Like what the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, but I've been keeping up with that, and you know what? I really like the long format kind of way they do things, where it's like edited long format stuff. Because I can just sit down and work and listen, and glance over at the screen every now and then, and their opinions are not one way or the other. Yes, certainly they lean towards a certain side. But their opinions are very just like all over the place, but it's not in an all over the place manner where you're like, I'm not going to watch this fucker because he's an idiot. Now, I'm actually surprised he didn't call out Short Fat Otaku on that line too, because you know how objective he is, and he's like really left. But not really shout out, regularly. Thank you, Praise of Shadows, for listing all those different people, because now I have a whole now people are getting follows. Like good job, Streisand. You fucking idiot. Yeah, so in a nutshell, the tweet that started this whole what do you call that, avalanche of shit that fell on him. He basically said, if you follow any of these people that I don't like, you are a bad person, which basically you should not be allowed to walk around in public. He also called the majority of the Appalachia area all racists. Yeah, he said like 12 million something. I forgot 12 million people. They're racist. Yeah, they're all racist until they say otherwise. Fucking moron. Yeah, dude, the whole shebang was wild. If you missed any of it, I am absolutely surprised. That's like because everybody's been called up. All of Utah is anti-Semitic because there's one idiot walking around. Like, what kind of fucking idiot does that? Great. And then takes okay, I get it. You screwed up. Okay, it happens. You attack a whole bunch of people. Okay, it happens. He doubles down on it by putting out an apology tweet. Not apology. He doesn't apologize to anybody. And he's like, "Okay, guys, I'm going for the ball. Are you nuts? Just deal with it like a man. Be like, yeah, I screwed up. See if you could save your reputation." But now, today, I think 2 coverage stories. I think one from Brandon Buckingham and Oompa came out,
Yep.
And they went into full detail and absolutely eviscerated. Now, to be clear, when you watch the videos, they're like, this is just the facts, and we're coming back with the facts and the logic from it. Like, don't harass anybody or anything like that. And they said that multiple times on there.
It's the internet. They don't care.
No, I know they don't care, but like, what's going to happen because people are going to be upset and they're going to go bug, the creator, and then the creator is going to have, what do you call it? Monetize your hater strategy, and then it's a continuous cycle.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Well, I've been enjoying every second of it. It's shown me new creators, giving me some new videos to watch, new podcasts too. Some Ordinary Podcast is a fantastic podcast. I really do love it.
Nice.
You guys have ever seen that? But go watch it. So
Okay.
yeah, I've been stuck in YouTube. I'm kind of in the same space Raiken is in, where it's like, I know I can do a whole bunch of stuff. Now, what do I do?
That seems to be the problem, I think, with like, I've been doing this a long time and I'm still like, what the fuck do I want to do?
Well,
like,
I mean, also you have to remember, because you want people to watch the content. You don't want it to be boring, but you also want to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
So finding that equal balance is I'm not a big YouTuber, and I have no acolytes to promote, but it's one of the biggest issues I see with a lot of creators. Yeah, it's just like hard, like just to begin, because I'm sure like once you like get on that roll, you're good to go, man.
Yeah, because like everybody that I've talked to that's like been somewhat successful on YouTube is like, just find the one thing and stick to that one thing. Don't divert, because will fuck up your algorithm. So just stick to that lane and then just grind on it, grind. And I'm like, okay, what's a lane that I'm willing to just stick to and just be able to do and not like burn out?
But that's the thing. Like, creators, they grow over time, so their content changes. Like, if you stay with the same thing, and it's like people who do the same thing every single day, they just don't think about it anymore, and the product is not great.
But I think you need to get I think you need to grind and do the same thing over until you can get you hit a threshold. Because I see people that will hit a threshold and then they can kind of change things up a little bit.
Yeah, like in the 100K or whatever range.
Because they got a little bit of wiggle room. Like the people that are there for the person, not for necessarily just the content that they make. They like the person, so they want to see whatever they do. So once you kind of hit that threshold where you can, then you can. I feel like.
A big shout out to the fellowship people. They let you grow, right? Because they get to know you and they get to like you, which is great. But they also support you in other ideas that you have. So, like, let's say you don't want to, comment on political stuff, and you start like shifting a little bit more into the pop culture. They'll follow you there because they like you. And no, I definitely understand what you're saying, Raiken.
Yeah, I think the one problem I find with like YouTube and a lot of the social media stuff is you have to stick to the whatever niche you're in, and if you want to deviate from that early, you have to like make a separate channel for it,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's one of the problems with like machine learning AI is that it's only as good as the information it's fed and given. So if it's constantly given, oh, you're live streaming all the time and you're talking about pop culture, it's in those videos do well for it. YouTube is training this to say, like, with this information, if there's a lot of people looking at this video, give it to everyone because it's ad revenue. And then if you deviate from that, it's not looking at that subject matter anymore. Your tags are going to be like, dad life and family man. Like, it doesn't know how to reconcile that information. So it's better to grow through the other algorithm of, dad talking, podcasting, that stuff. If that's like a route you want to go, which sucks because it's more work, but that's the space you're in unless you grind to that threshold of, okay, now people just like me and I can talk about whatever. But even though I would even argue that even those people who deviate from what their normal subject matter is, see a fairly significant hit, like probably ad revenue wise, they probably won't see a big dip in like super chat, wise, because they're.
No, I mean,
still...
the problem is with that, right? So you make new content, and then people come and they gravitate towards you because of that new content, and then you go back to your old content for like a video, and then all of a sudden numbers drop. You're like, bro, come on! For one video, I want to do something I like.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of why I want to do something different, like on YouTube for my Rumble, because it's like I'll just keep Rumble as like what I like the gaming and stuff. Maybe I'll do like live streams on there for like talking head stuff, but like I want YouTube to not involve gaming. I just want it to, or like me playing video games. I just want the YouTube content to be YouTube, like whatever I do on there, just so I can not mess with that algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what I want to do on YouTube so that I can just stick to that grind there, and then just let my Rumble stuff be my Rumble stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you already have the footage, you can put the gameplay as the background to the video.
Right. I can make like I can make like a gaming channel for YouTube, I guess, and then have like a separate channel on YouTube. But like, I just figure it's like if I can like have like different modes of content that won't like mess with the algorithm, like mess each other up algorithm wise, then that would be kind of like, I think, ideal.
Mm-hmm.
We're all slaves to the algorithm.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'll tell you who's gonna. Speaking of slaves, that's not a good segue. I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this video because we looked at it on Floral's channel, but I had already planned on bringing it over here. But it was a viral video that came out, and I can't believe, like, there's times in life where I feel life's rough. I'm not doing well, but then I see stuff like this and realize I'm doing okay, and I have nothing to worry about because there's people.
Somebody's life is so fucked up. You're like, what? My life ain't so bad.
Yeah. So this guy had a suspended license, and he shows up at court on a Zoom call while he's driving.
Oh my god!
So let's have a look.
Balls,
really,
balls.
The reactions to this are hilarious. Like the judge, like right now, my camera picture is of the judge like reacting to this whole thing.
Well, it looks like you're in church about to give a sermon.
Like it's so bad. Let's take a look though.
For Mr. Harris, who should be present, is Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Oh, he just dropped his head. He's like, you believe this nigga?
I mean,
for real.
To be fair, isn't there like a rule that you can like only go from like, work?
No,
to...
you can't get behind the wheel in general.
It depends on the state. It depends on if you go to a judge and ask him for certain exceptions.
Because like some people need a car to get to work.
Yeah, this guy clearly does not have
that.
This
The thing is, like the sad fact of the matter is, I don't think judges are so damn stupid that they don't realize that Uber and Lyft are a thing. So you're gonna have to spend those extra ducats to get to work. Unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
or reschedule the doctor's appointment.
Or that.
Yep.
It's just quiet.
Oh my god, what an idiot!
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Oh my
so maybe I don't understand.
It's just God. Yeah. Now it's the best part because you can like fully see the reactions.
And something. This is a driving while license suspended.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And
he's like, oh shit.
He's realizing like, I fucked up.
Wait, what'd I just do? It's like he just got his hand popped by his like his parents for like grabbing something out the cookie jar. Then he goes back to the cookie jar like 2 hours later.
Right.
I love this joke.
He didn't have a license.
Lack of self-awareness.
Oh yeah, yeah,
just
you didn't have a
shitty
license
grin on his face.
And his face like, oh no.
Nigga, you about to get charged.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
The charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at.
Hold on. What was that?
I was not ready. Bro said,
Oh.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
God, I feel bad for his attorney.
It's like going to the court, going to the attorney, be like, okay, get me out of this. Yeah, I did it. No, Your Honor, he didn't do it. Yeah, look at me.
that wasn't even me, man. Look, this is pre-recorded.
Man.
Yeah, pre-recorded you driving down the road.
Yeah, right.
Your Honor.
I love this dude. The judge is my favorite.
Okay.
I don't even know why he would do that. Defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Damn.
That last part got me.
What we need now is like you need that to like he had Floral had another one where it zooms in on him, but like you need to put in the end of the Curb Your Enthusiasm show where it's like dun, 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 dun,
I'll have
dun, dun, dun,
I know Memology put out a video, so he probably did that.
Dude,
Oh,
his face is gonna become a meme of just, oh shit, I just fucked up.
Oh my god. Yeah, like it has to be. Like, that's got to be the new one now, because like, holy god, like
Me personally, I think that driver's licenses are like retarded. If I know how to drive
Right.
at the age of 12, do I have to go to the DMV? No, I don't. I just know how to drive. But
She's not
because
everybody
these
grew
are the
up on a
laws
farm.
you guys voted for and
Well-
the laws that they put into play and shit like that, you're gonna have to abide by their rules.
I mean, that's like showing up to a Zoom call for a DUI at a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like at the drive-through freaking margarita store. You know, it's just like
I think they need to make this the new trend for Zoom in calls for these court appearances. They need
Oh
to
my
just appear in these
God.
weird random ass places.
Do you ever see
Dude.
that guy? He's got the like I don't know if it must be fake. His like ass is huge and he's always pretending he's like in a
Yeah,
Zoom
the
call.
big butt
but
dude,
he-
yeah.
but
He has like the green screen on his back sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that would be fun
But
just to
it'll be like-
troll courts, just to have like the green screen, like where you're pretending like you're in your car driving, and then it's just like, oh, wait, what do you mean? This is green screen.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
he's
joking.
done-
No, I'm joking. I'm fine. It's fine.
I feel like he was on one where he was like water skiing or something. It was so ridiculous. Like I want to see like I want to find one. What is that guy's name?
I don't know, but I think there was one where he was like where he was in an MMA fight and he has the green screen and like the computer in front of him and he's just getting punched in the face as he's like in a Zoom call or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my god. I it's
Pretty
too
good.
funny.
Dude,
good.
these Zoom calls have given us like some of the best material for just natural material from the internet that we've had in a very long time. Like for all, like, remember how we talk about like all of the bad things that happened because of the lockdowns? Think about all the good things that have come out of that
Oh,
shit
yeah.
too. Like shit like this.
The moment he
Good
knew
job,
that he
Aaron.
had messed up.
Mhm.
It was at this moment that he knew he
He
fucked up.
fucked up.
Oh,
This has got to be a great. This has got to be such a good thread.
oh my god.
Oh,
Bro, again, he's getting memed to hell and back.
what an
Oh my
idiot!
god! I bet you his cousins like call him up, be like, "You stupid motherfucker!"
I'll have to tell you about the first time I was in court and demonstrated what a high five was to the judge.
Fucking dudes, like
Oh,
his family just gets a call. Collect call from fucking Kurt Angle. Collect call from blah blah county jail. blah blah blah, inmate number this, that, and the other. You'd be like, this motherfucker. Yeah, I'll take the charge. I'll take the call. Hey, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, shout out to the judge though. He was mad chill. He was like, bro.
The judge was like,
dude, I think
the judge took that really well. He just like
because he didn't in all his life. In all his life, he never thought he'd have someone that fucking stupid.
Right. He was dumbfounded, dude. He's just like, I can't believe this stupid motherfucker is like literally Zoom calling me in from his car while he's driving on a How retarded?
You can tell that he was trying really hard not to fall over laughing for this dude's stupidity.
Yeah.
The live studio audience inside his head is just laughing their ass off, and he's just over there is like, you know what, this paycheck completely and totally worth it.
Yeah.
I get to sit here and I just get to sit here and look at stupid people do things that they they got called out for in the first place.
Yep. Like you can't write comedy that good. Like that guy woke up that day being like, this day's gonna suck. I got 20 cases I gotta see. All these people are stupid. They're gonna fight with me. And then that happened, and he just thought it's all been worth it. The 50 years I've been doing this, it's all been worth it for this moment.
This is my modus operandi.
Yeah.
Or my magnum opus, rather.
Yeah, magnum opus. Yeah.
And the best part about that is the guy will never be able to live that down. Like 10 years from now, he'll be like applying for a job somewhere. I'm like, weren't you that dumb motherfucker who showed up to the Zoom call in court while you were driving?
Yeah. Look, if he's smart, he'll monetize it, but clearly not that smart.
Dude, the internet's forever. The internet's forever.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Speaking of the internet's forever, let's look at this.
There's more?
What?
Oh no, I was saying, is there more?
No, just the more stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
Today we wear bracelets the length of a menstrual cycle to break the stigma while supporting the rights of all women and girls for a more period-friendly world.
Oh no, no. I'm glad they did this. I'm 100% glad they did this because now every time a woman gets upset about the period, we can say we're wearing this bracelet. This is how we show our support. Have a good day. Now fuck off.
Nah, it doesn't work that way. I'm sitting here trying to figure out. So like by the phrasing, the length of a menstrual cycle, does that mean like how long are those actual bracelets?
Are they 30 beads long?
Yeah, like how big are their wrists for
They're
one?
30 beads, 2 gallons of Rocky Road ice cream long.
That's actually kind of fun.
That's fucking wild. I hate how pussified these people are.
Look at
this guy's head, though.
Dude, he looks like such a freaking soy.
He is a soy. I mean, look at that fucking big bulbous. What do they call that head when they look like that? I can't even
Megamind.
Megamind,
yeah, but I mean, like before Megamind was a thing, there was like I don't know, but he looks like a fucking
dwarfism.
Is it me or did he look like he had a horrible fake tan?
Probably that too.
I think he's an Indian fellow.
That makes it even funnier because he has no hair on his head.
Yeah, that's an Indian.
Doesn't have to cover it, so right.
Oh, well, I'm mad.
Just be terrible.
I know that brown anywhere.
My supporters usually let me know when Shark Week is over. Until then, I'm watching something else.
Basically, like I get it, right? If women go through menstrual cycles and stuff like that, that's fine. That's natural. Okay, cool, fine, dandy. All that is like, you know, it's human. You celebrating women for doing something that women do is the dumbest
women
shit
hate. That women hate of all things.
The stupidest shit. It's like, you know, when people say, oh, well, you know, the whole Black History Month thing, this, that, and the other, what is it, Juneteenth or some shit like that. I'm like, why do you want to celebrate Black people for the fact of being Black? Like, you realize the racist implications like behind that? How about we just celebrate people who did shit?
Well, like we celebrate Martin Luther King we celebrate Martin Luther King Day because he actually did something. You know what I mean? It's not just because of the fact that he's Black. You know, he's not George Floyd.
Yeah, George Floyd was celebrated because, well, you know, a cop was on his back while he, died from an overdose. But
because he was convenient to the narrative is why George Floyd is celebrated.
Yeah.
But I'm confused though. What is there stigma surrounding a period that I don't know about?
I mean, maybe in religious
only made up in their minds.
That's what I mean.
Maybe in like religious communities where certain things aren't talked about publicly, but I don't think that everyday people who aren't like super religious, like it's an everyday thing.
But what would even religion have against a period?
Well, I mean, there are certain conversations that women only have with women, that kind of stuff.
Well, let's bring that
It's usually only like young
discussion
dudes that like haven't been in like a long enough relationship to experience women on periods.
Yeah, that too.
That's a good point too.
Or in relationships in general. But let's bring this conversation to CD Projekt Red, who gave women menstrual leave.
Oh, that's so strange. I mean, like, isn't that just sick time? Isn't that what that is?
You would imagine it's just sick. Just like
sick
if you want,
implies there's something wrong with somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to call it menstrual leave just in case somebody gets offended.
Well, the thing about it is that like it's more in like the celebration of something that women do naturally. It's not like maternal leave or something like that. Something that is somewhat, it's pretty much controllable. All you have to do is not have a kid. But something that is gonna happen or is pretty much promised to like the majority of women on the planet. It's like, why don't we just celebrate breathing, right? Let's just have breathing leave. We can call it leaving or some shit like that. We all just take a day or a week or whatever to not work and we get paid anyway.
Well, and it's like the whole idea behind maternity leave is because literally they're supposed to be in bed. It's like recovering from a major surgery or anything else. Like your body has gone through a trauma that it needs to heal and recover from. You're not supposed to be getting up and walking around right afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's not the same thing as something you've literally been dealing with every month of your life since you were 13. And guess what? If you don't want to deal with it, there's a bunch of pills, there's a bunch of shots, there's all kinds of crazy stuff you can get where you don't even have to fucking deal with it anymore.
With some wild side effects, mind you.
Oh boy, ain't that the damn truth? Holy God.
I mean, the maternity leave, I like because it's important for a newborn baby to make that connection with, the mother. I do think there should be like a thing for fathers as well, to make sure.
Military did it.
Yeah, to make sure they're.
I mean, there's a lot of companies
funny.
that have to have leave for dads nowadays. Like not as long usually, but like they usually like allow like at least like a couple weeks.
Well, it's because they don't want any more babies coming out. They want to.
Dude, the military. I had my son, and literally like a month later, the military was like, "Oh yeah, you get like 5 days free leave for being a dad now." I'm like, and I looked at my wife, and I looked at my ex-wife, and she's like, "We're not having another kid, so you can get 5 days free leave." I was like, "Come on."
That explains why he has kids.
One time off.
No, dude, between my first one and my latest was like almost a decade gap.
Help me help you. Help me help you.
Help me help you. I mean, they do have Father's Day, but Father's Day is usually
but we get
a
Father's Day. You get a sock, tie, or a cup.
Listen, as an adult male, I was about to say, as an adult male, a gift in general is one of the best things of all time. Like my mother,
male, we need socks.
Well, here's the thing, right? Exactly, socks. My mother sent me a mug that, like, it just has like some witty office humor on it that I genuinely don't like. I cringe every time I look at it, but I love that mug. That is coffee.
It's not like you go into the office.
I'm in my office right now. What do you mean?
Yeah, but who's around you?
Me.
Yeah, you, you, her, and Mama Amarada. That's it.
Well, the thing is, like, if I start telling you about the voices inside my head, then people are gonna start labeling me as like a DID, like apologist or some shit like that. So I'm not gonna say that.
House. She walks in the house, has the Men in Black song coming.
Can I elaborate on this, because King Deplorables says, and I'm going to even mark this. King Deplorables says, I know a lot of men shit on the idea of paternity leave, but I genuinely think a few days off can help a first-time mom. It can be hard for them, especially one-income households. I think this is where, you know, I think it's really important to recognize the father's role in this is that we do need to bring home money. Mom can't work during these times because she obviously just gave birth. But it is super important to be supportive at home. And I think it should be something that is considered, you know, it for companies long term. Because
I think for men it should be optional if they so choose.
well, yeah, you don't it shouldn't be mandatory, but it should be available to take as like alongside your sick leave. You know, again, it's not something that happens but once a year. So you should be able to maybe take 5 days to say, hey, you know, this is happening.
I don't know about 5 days. I'm more of like,
clearly you don't have kids.
Give it a month, because you know you want to make sure that when you have a newborn, it's really important to, you know, have the connection between the family unit. So I think if you give a father a month to be there, I think it actually benefit the future.
As an anecdotal position, my brother had a kid, I think last year or the year before. And he started becoming stir crazy for the amount of paternal leave he had. I think he had like 3 weeks. And he was just like, I got to get back in the office, because like, it's not because he wanted to get away from his family or anything like that. It's just that he doesn't like sitting still for too long. He knows that the family is good. He knows that, like, you know, money still needs to roll in regardless of him getting paid, but he can't just sit still, unfortunately. So I think that's one of those things where like you have to actually have that kind of like discussion with not just the mother of the child in this situation, but also with your employer. Like, hey, are you guys like let's just have like a group chat and let's talk about this. Like, what do you guys think would be a decent enough window for, you know, for me to take time off from work to, you know, help with the family? Because I know what I can work with, but what do you guys think should be, you know, a good window? What would benefit you guys as well? Because I don't want to be selfish, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
you work for a good company. You don't want to take.
Oh yeah, no. Listen. Rippaverse is I always tell people, like, this is the best job I've ever had in my entire life. I wouldn't trade it in for almost anything on the planet. So
I mean, to be clear, my management is fantastic too. So like, I get
not better than mine, but go ahead.
No, I get where you're coming from. Probably not better than yours, but
no, man.
Any meme guys or editors. At least last time I checked the website.
There's also hat trick. It's also very likely that a lot of the places that people work for are not going to put up any sort of stink if you say, hey, you know, my wife's giving birth. I need to stay home for a week or two. You know, like, it's not, and obviously they're way more forgiving on stuff like if there's like real issues, but also the reality is that you can't take a lot of time off because you have to work, and a lot of times your sick time isn't exactly what you're making. What's it called?
You should for sick time. You should be getting paid the same amount as you would get paid.
I'm thinking my restaurant job, because my
when it comes to like the food industry, it's a little bit different because most of the times they don't even get sick days, which is why people get sick a lot of the time when they go to the fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
I mean,
now did you see now it's $20 an hour in California? They're raising prices too.
Did you see what's happening to the businesses? They're
closing down this shit.
Yeah, because they can't pay. They're well. Obviously, I mean, you guys have seen. Have you guys been into McDonald's recently? Like,
no, I don't.
Well, not in.
I don't eat out anymore.
It's all automated. You go in there. There's nobody standing at the front. They're all in the back.
These big screens that you just.
Yep. There's screens.
You still gotta give a tip.
Yeah.
No,
and really what they do.
And no, they like some places, like I was watching online, like when they switched over to all this AI shit, like when you're at the drive-thru, there's an option for tipping, and some places won't let you actually hit no.
It's awful.
Cool. I will just drive off before I pay.
Right.
Somebody else can have my order, but they have to pay for it.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Like, yeah, but that's what happens. You raise to $20 an hour. Companies find ways to cut costs other ways. I mean, Target already tried this years ago. They tried it. It didn't work, and they stopped.
Bro, have you seen the economy?
They cut hours. Yeah.
Oh, Bidenomics. But it's funny that like a lot of people predict this from like a long time ago. It's like, don't raise, like, minimum wage is minimum wage, in my opinion, should be zero.
Yeah.
Right.
But like the whole, we gotta raise minimum wage.
Did you just advocate for slavery?
I didn't advocate for slavery.
Just advocating for a minimum wage mandated by the federal government should be zero.
Yeah, not paid zero.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you work for free unless you're volunteering or something.
All right.
But nonetheless, what I'm saying is the like people were saying, like, if you raise the minimum wage, all they're gonna do is raise prices on everything else, or they're just gonna start firing people because they can't afford it. Yeah, and they were saying this years ago. And then Gavin says, "Well, I will prove that you are correct." So
yeah, that's exactly what he did. Yeah, they proved that you are correct. They are replaced them by machines.
And I feel bad for those people who are already struggling, man. Like, you were struggling before. What happens now that you're out of your job because your franchise shut down?
Well, again, these are the policies that they vote for. It's one of the reasons why I don't go to those states.
I don't go to California because it smells like urine.
That too.
Does it? I haven't been there in a minute.
When I was driving from Colorado to LA, I knew I got to LA just because the smell in the air changed immediately.
Really?
I like, if you live in LA, like, no offense, like, I'm not gonna get into my whole family situation, but like, LA right now is not the best place in the world, dude. Like, certain cities are literally like pushing the homeless people to like the city limit, so they go to like Los Angeles County, because Los Angeles County won't do jack shit about the homeless people.
I was in Northern California for a week. That's all the California I need for like the rest of my life, personally. However, they do got some decent like local restaurants there.
Tacos.
The tacos could eat shit. Nonetheless, there's this one place that I went to, me and Amarada went to. When I tell you it was some of the best soul food I had, whoo boy. Oh man, I will go back. I will put that whole like restaurant in my pocket on my way back from California next time I go there.
Bravo says, Great Sox says you used to smell of pot in Colorado, the wave of crap and heroin.
Yeah, it's a miasma, right? Like, you just
I'd rather smell weed than fucking urine all day.
I'd rather smell night, personally.
And to be fair, Brahma, I might be contributing.
I have been in a haze before a number of times. I have secondhand smoke before. I mean, first off, nothing happened, and second, I'm good. I'm talking like I stayed in Atlanta. My brother and his friends, they always smoked. Was always around this shit. I'm like, look, man, I'm just gonna go in the room. I'm gonna smell it anyway, so I'm just gonna go away and go do something else.
Just gonna go away.
I am going to I'm gonna be not here.
I'm tired of I hate
these bitches. I get you, man.
I hate these bitches, bro.
I'm tired of these bitches, bro.
For real. No, I look on Twitter and I save stuff and I bookmark stuff constantly, but it's all the same shit, man.
Yeah, a lot of repeat engagement farming on Twitter right now.
Well,
piss me the fuck off.
It's like it's all like, it's the identity politics shit that like I just get so tired of.
To be fair, though, it's probably because you like certain tweets and follow certain people.
No, that's huge.
You can customize your timeline.
Yeah,
so it's not full of shit and piss.
100%. No, that's a good point. And but like Like, but even like stuff I see, like I want people, especially on our side, to start saying like, stop using like color and like gender, sex, or whatever. Like when I hear like, oh, it's only liberal white women, blah blah blah. Like, stop saying that shit. Like these people, like that just seems unnecessary and part of the problem.
When it comes to an argument, yeah, I definitely think it doesn't help anybody's case. But if it's always the same, like statistically speaking, if you go into the statistics of it, you can say, a fair majority of liberal white women go this way or that way. The fact is they dismiss people by saying, oh, you're this, you're that.
Yeah. But that, like, I just want to dismiss people who do the same thing. I just like, I don't care. Like, I know it's that. I know that person saying that is that. But saying that is just like feeding into the shit. And like, again, I'm just.
Well, then how would you prefer us to describe a people that's what describes them? Like, you've got a massive group of liberal white women out there screaming and getting together. And I mean, go back to the Roe v. Wade stuff. Look who were at the Supreme Court on the steps swallowing abortion pills like they were coming out of a Pez dispenser. You know what I mean? It's the exact same type of people. It's a bunch of liberal white women that were up there screaming and talking about all of that kind of stuff. So it's like, how else do you want us to describe them then? You just want to say a bunch of liberal women? Do you just want to say a bunch of liberals? I mean, is it the white women part that bugs you? Like, I'm curious as to what's wrong with
it's probably probably the skin color. Like because you can't.
No, I'm asking Shags because he's the one that brought this up. I'm asking him.
Yeah, I think. I would say it's probably I think probably the better way to go about it in the long run is probably just say, you could say these progressives are liberals, and it's like leave it at that. Because I think
nobody can do anything about their skin color.
Well, I mean, honestly, yes, and Garrett, they do the same thing to us. Yes, they do that, and I think again the fighting fire with fire thing is well, it's not going to do anything, and it's furthering this pissing contest of like.
It's just like the excessive use of these generalizing buzzwords that has just like been kind of going on and on and on. It's like
right.
It is tiring just to like hear like, okay, you're just using these buzzwords just to try to generalize a whole group of people.
I also think it's virtue signaling on their end, being like, see, I'm on your guys' side, because these things get clicks, and I've seen a lot of freaking engagement farming on Twitter where people, you can say a woman, but instead they say, white woman or whatever, like. But they know that that's what's going to grab the attention. So I don't think everybody walks around saying that 24/7. But
also when you look at like the statistics and the polls and stuff like that, and when you go back and look at that kind of stuff, I mean, if you're referring to that, I mean, that's a specific category in polling, in demographics, is liberal white women. It's normally like a lot of time they refer to it as like liberal suburban women. But like that's an actual polling demographic that people refer to when you're talking about that kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's that aspect of it too. You have to use that descriptor in certain aspects.
Yeah, no, and I think if you're using it in a way that's genuine, I think that's fine.
I never use it in a genuine manner. I always, I have like I tell people all the time, if I'm not doing work like social media work because I get paid for it, I'm memeing. I don't give a fuck. I genuinely don't care. I'm joking on these liberal white women. Shut it.
Every time I see Sheep's tweets, I literally read the tweet and I hear his laugh right at the end of it. Because that's most likely what he's doing.
Yeah. No, I shit you not. Like I get ready to tweet something. I show it to Amarada and she either smirks or she nods her head. And I'm like, that's not the response I wanted, but I'll send it anyway.
It started with letting women drive carts, then vote, then join the Legion. Probable, then the Goths ripped them.
Hey, man, joining the Legion is dependent on the work you do. I don't care about whatever, man, as long as the work is good.
Not that Legion.
Different Legion.
Oh, excuse me.
Roman Legion. Roman Legion. Way before your Legion. Way before
Caesar,
your
man.
Legion.
Caesar.
Yeah, come on.
God damn it,
Yeah, that's
Green
true.
Rock.
Shags is a sissy, so that's true too.
No, I think
isn't-
Shags just
well-
looks at it from a different perspective.
But,
of
yeah, I
people
wouldn't say
having
he's
the same kind of heart he does.
I wouldn't say he's a sissy. I'd say he's gay. Not a sissy. Different.
Wait, we're on YouTube, right? Watch your
Yeah.
language.
Jesse, I saw a fucking hilarious. What's it called? It was the Willem Dafoe meme, the scientist meme, and it said all companies in January, and it said I'm something of a homosexual myself.
Junior, I'm something of a homosexual myself. Dude, I'm really curious because like last year we saw a big cutback on a lot of that stuff last year because after all the Bud Light and everything else happened, like we didn't see near as many pride flags in June last year. I'm really curious to see if that trend keeps up this year or not, and see how many people actually switch their stuff over.
I think they're gonna kick it up again. It was just last year. It was so like what's the word I'm looking for? Like radioactive. What Bud Light did. Yeah, pretty much that. It was so like radiant what Bud Light did that they all just went, you know what? We would actually just make it worse. So let's just hold off this year. Because they've been doing this for like the longest time, like catering to the demographic during their month, basically. It'd be it like, Black History Month, Women's History Month, or Pride Month, or it doesn't matter. They capitulate to whatever is the talking point of the national holiday or whatever. So all that, I think they're gonna bring it back up in lieu of the election year, I guess you could
say. That's what I was just thinking. It's an election year, so people are going to be trying to get votes as much as they can. So I'm sure the White House has its own PR crap behind them, and they're all working in tandem with the big corporations to make the pride stuff go on. Because they want these votes. I mean, if you're going to ask me, I'm not sure they're going to get the votes they want. But hey, what do I know?
Well, I can't say what company I specifically work for, but because of certain backlashes of like the stuff that went on last year, there's a lot of stuff that got thrown away because of like those backlashes with like the pride stuff.
Well, if they're throwing anything pride related out, it's considered a hate crime.
Well, because of like backlashes, because last year there was like a lot of backlashes with pride stuff, like things had to get like thrown away because they weren't selling and because like people were. Like,
you know what? Let's take all the merch that wasn't sold and send it to Africa. See how well it does over there.
Oh God!
Give it away for free.
You want to talk about votes and shit like that? Here, there's a link in the private chat. Go ahead and open that up. That shit had me laughing because Clifton Duncan's response.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sheep, you do need to read this one out, though. I don't think Shags can. I don't think Shags can read this
Oh
out.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
damn, you
I mean, you can read it. I don't really care, but
yeah,
YouTube rules.
Folks, if anyone is wondering whether vote matters, remember this: because Black Americans voted, I am President Kamala Harris's historic vice president, and Donald Trump is a loser. And then
the unfortunate side effect
is Sheep, your turn to read Clifton's tweet.
Yeah, Clifton's response. But before I get to that, the unfortunate truth is that Joe didn't write any of that shit. That was
duh.
Obviously, but he used Joe's name. Either way, Clifton says, "Nigga, don't claim me. I am not responsible for this shit." It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's like, bro. So basically, this whole thing is it's just them telling you on the face. Black people are the reason that America is in the shitty state that it's in now. That's what he's saying on its face. Like, come on, man. Not only can you not read the room, you can't reread a text. Like, what are you doing here? Why are you making your situation worse for you?
This is just embarrassing at this point. I don't know. I just hope I don't care who's president. I just don't want him to be fucking president. I don't think Trump's a good choice at all, honestly, if I'm being honest. But this guy is totally out of his fucking mind.
I would rather have somebody what did that guy say on Piers Morgan's show? Trump is an asshole, but he's my asshole.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yeah.
like, you know what? Does he say the right thing the right time? Not always. Does he need to learn how to be less abrasive? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, look where we are now, and look where we were a couple of years ago, man.
I mean, I'm fine with his abrasiveness personally, but Trump, much like Biden, needs to learn how to read a room. I get it, you're Trump, so on and so forth, but like that, for those that paid attention to last weekend's antics, Trump went to the Libertarian National Convention.
Oh, dude,
and,
like
it went over like a fart in the closed off room.
I've lost all respect for the Libertarian Party, Libertarian individuals. I think are awesome.
Should we tell? Oh, I was gonna say, should we tell him?
Yeah, no. I agree exactly with Greenrocks. Like, the individual individual libertarians understand what it is that they're going for. Trump basically gave the same speech but painted with libertarian colors, and what ended up happening is, I guess there's so much of a backlash that I don't know about the whole backlash part of it. But now everybody's saying, "Oh, well, libertarians that's why people can't take you seriously," so on and so forth. Then they voting Chase Oliver as the presidential candidate. Like, now they definitely can't take the Libertarian Party seriously. That's why I'm
some crazy ass liberal or some shit.
Dude basically advocates for everything that is like,
so basically it's the same,
open borders and all this other stuff.
It's the same as the bitch we got in 2020. Then is what you're saying?
Yeah. He's Pete Buttigieg, but like with libertarian flag on his back. And
well, because remember that libertarian bitch that was running in 2020 was all in favor of the government lockdown. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, that it pisses me off so much. Man, we need a Javier Milei. We need somebody to come to with a fucking chainsaw.
Listen, Candy doesn't trust that guy.
Dude, I thought the Mises Caucus was going to come in clutch and actually do something with that Libertarian Party, and that didn't pan out.
Right, I'm not a libertarian, nor am I full right, nor am I full left, but like, at the end of the day, it's like the former president came to speak to you. At least freaking be respectful.
That's what I was kind of hoping for myself, is like, less rambunctiousness. Excuse me, I'm eating Oreo. But I was hoping for a little less rambunctiousness. Like, it's possible to get your message across without outright expecting to boo somebody off the stage, kind of thing.
If I didn't actually personally know libertarians, I would think the whole party is that way. Which is why I'm glad I know actual libertarians, because I could be like, what the fuck is this? And they'll be like, well, that doesn't represent us in any way whatsoever. What would they say? The Libertarian Party is the big L and the people are the small L?
Yeah, the little L.
Yeah.
And that's been the problem with the Libertarian Party for the longest time. I have no idea how its leadership has been like this for so long, but they have always been like, I don't know if just too many of the hippies got involved with the Libertarian Party and they've just been in there for too long or what. But man, it's like you're supposed to be like the anti-government small people and all this other nonsense, and you guys are like right in bed with Big Daddy government. And it's like that's why the Libertarian Party loses, because they don't actually stand for what their people believe in. If they actually put out their morals and put out what their actual values were and the kind of stuff that they actually stood for as far as like small government and shit like that, they do great with the average person out there, especially considering how bloated and oversized the freaking government is. I got my liberal mother agreeing with me right now about shrinking the size of government and like doing away with a lot of these institutions and stuff, because she's seen how many times all of this stuff has failed, especially as a veteran who's been dealing with the VA for 15 years. So
garbage.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, it's like, so that's how bad things have gotten. But you have, like I said, I don't know what the hell's up with the leadership inside the Libertarian Party, but they're fucking retarded.
I mean, the Libertarian Party can't even decide what they stand for. So, no. I mean, if you can't, if you can't do that, then why would I vote for you?
I'm voting for this year. I'm voting for Javier Milei and his running mate to be Jack Lloyd. I don't care what anybody got to say.
As sheep, apparently Candace Owen doesn't trust Milei, so you might want to be careful.
I don't give a fuck about her. I don't give a fuck about most right or left people. I don't care about your stupid politics, dude. I want that
I
shit
just had
gone.
to throw that out there because
I know
she doesn't trust him.
That's the other problem with this whole left and right argument that people talk about too, is when a lot of people talk about the left and right argument, they're talking about European left and right, right? Because American left and right is far right and American is anarchism. Far left in America is total government control. And like people always forget that our system is different than what Europe is. And their left and right is not the same as our left and right. And that's where things always get confused. There is no way in hell, if you're talking about what the actual American right and left is, that you could go so far on one end that you'd end up on the other. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
So I can't stand that nonsense.
Nogreenrocks has to dip out. He's going to turn into a pumpkin soon. So
Yeah, it is bedtime for me. Got to be up early in the morning. Raiken, it was nice hanging out with you.
It's good hanging out with you too, man. Good to
And
see you again.
I can't wait to see the content that you're going to make. Hopefully it'll inspire me. So get to it.
Yes, I know. I need to just like
get on it, doggone it.
But yeah, go check out the Legion of Memers channel and subscribe. If you want to become a member, that would be fantastic. I do have a video up there of me reviewing somebody's editing. So go check that out. Shout out to Extra Zero for letting me do that. And if you want your videos reviewed, let me know. I'll do the same. No problem. I love doing it, actually. And yes, go subscribe to Legion of Memers. We're almost at 2K. Goal in the next 2 months is to at least reach 2K. It's like maybe 200 subs. So if you like the Legion, you like what we do, and you appreciate what we do, spread the news, share it out, and clip it. Have fun with it. We don't strike people, so do your thing, guys. But other than that, have a good night, everybody, and I will see you guys next week.
Later, bud.
Ah.
So Brahma wanted me to read this. We all know Trump made a deal with the libertarians for them to nominate someone who none of them would vote for in exchange for a couple cabinet picks.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dude,
that
if
could
that's
be it,
true,
but I
I'm
don't know,
actually-
like with Dave Smith's response, like to like people booing Trump. It was like I kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if like I don't know if you guys saw like Dave Smith's like response to like how like the libertarians treated Trump, but it was like I don't know.
What, he roasted him for it or what?
Well, he was like, you know, it's like I wouldn't have booed Trump like the entire time just when he said stupid shit, but he was like, but I'm proud of you guys for doing what you did during like Trump's speech. I'm like, it makes me feel like you
wait,
like that's
so
not the situation.
So he said he wouldn't do that, but then he said he's proud of them for doing that.
Yeah, essentially, like that's what he said. I think
it's one of those kind of statements you make where like, you know, it's a behind closed door statement, but he made it in public.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean, like, I'm kind of the same mentality. Like, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to boo Trump. I'd just be like, you know, not give him the applause or anything like that. Just make the room completely dead silent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would have done.
They booed in the beginning, then he said, "Okay, be happy with your 3%," and they shut up real quick.
Well, the thing is, like, and the sad fact of the matter is, like, you know, there are definitely some people who weren't paying attention, but he did say some things that do kind of ring well with libertarian values, and like getting like permanent tax cuts. First off, get rid of tax in general, taxation stuff. Right. That's where I am. He's talking about freeing Ross Ulbricht, which is, I'm fine. I would be absolutely okay with that. The man's incarcerated for like, I think it's 3 life sentences simply for making a website to allow you to buy I guess you could say pharmaceuticals in quotations. Like, all he did was set up an alternative, and they shut him down. Said, "Yeah, you got 3 life sentences. Fuck you." And then, like, you know, he was talking about like giving power back to the states, taking it from the federal government, give it back to the states. And I'm like, these are things that, like, you know, these are things that can set in motion some good movement towards a freer society. Mm-hmm. But, you know, there's so much booing and jeering and some cheering and clapping and stuff like that, that a lot of his messages got lost, and it just became, oh, well, the Libertarian Party is completely rambunctious. They don't know what they want. No, we do know what. But he's just saying shit that they didn't agree with. Is all. They just reacted wrong. That's where I am.
Yeah.
I like what Horror said. There was a BS at the convention. People stalling the vote to make some people leave. Candidates throwing their votes, and same bullshit with your average Democrat polls. Yep, that sounds about right.
That's average. That's. I think that's going to happen 4 years from now too.
God damn.
That's such a waste.
What's up, Gooch?
What's up, Gooch?
My fucking went to the gym today. Got to get my swell on.
Oh,
yeah, man. Gotta do it. But I'm like, that it's like right at this time. It's like 10:15. I'm like, holding on. My body's just exhausted. It's like the best feeling.
I need to get back to the gym. I've been slacking the last like 2 months.
I am so blessed to be in the house of the Squid and Squid Mama because they just got a treadmill. They got a whole treadmill, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to use this thing as well as do like my home workouts as it is. I'm getting into like planking and planking variants. It's like I do push-ups as it is.
Planks.
I'm like I gotta start doing something for my waistline.
Yeah, see, I'm lucky. I got like this like desert mountain right next to me that has like hiking trails that I need to take advantage of.
There you go.
Nice.
I just started working out a little bit every day before I get in the shower. I started doing that about a month and a half ago, and just like trying to increase my reps. Like every week or every couple of weeks. I'm just treating it like an RPG. I'm like, just keep my numbers going up. Keep my numbers going up, and I'm happy.
Oh yeah,
I have noticed,
but then you plateau. You got to make sure you don't plateau. You got to increase resistance.
And that's
do variants.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all my reps maxed out to 30, and then I'll probably increase my weight. It's probably what I'll do at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. I need to eat. I need to start eating more though, because I don't eat enough right now for what I'm doing. Because I cut my diet back so much because I'm sitting out here all the time, and now that I'm working out in the morning, I'm noticing like I got to eat more now too.
It's funny, because I've been looking at some workout stuff and fitness stuff on YouTube. A lot of that stuff now pops up in learn how to use the treadmill. Keep up with the pace. Listen, all right. When you spend enough time in the military, you realize that running outside is far better than running on a treadmill.
Oh God, yeah,
absolutely better.
Like you need motivation to be on a treadmill. Like whereas like you're outside, it's like okay, I can't stop.
I think that's. Go ahead, Sheep. Sorry.
I was about to say I shit you not. Like I use treadmills and like I think my max has always been like 8, but or no, I've actually pushed it to 10. When I get into like the last minute or so of my run, like I push it up to 10 and I just start like hiking it. And not hiking, but you know what I mean, like hucking it. Nonetheless, I like the whole thing about treadmills, like you gotta like keep it in your mind that you're gonna be in the same spot for like the next 15, 20, 25 minutes, however long you're on this treadmill. So you gotta get used to looking at the same shit for an extended amount of time while keeping your mind trained on your whole body movement. And that's something that I don't like doing too often. I like the environment to change. I like to be able to like, make a turn or go up a hill, like a slight incline or decline or something like that. I like that extra resistance. I can't just keep doing the same thing. Then I got to change it, look down at the fucking panel and like, all right, let me press this button to increase the incline or something. That's too much shit. I don't want to do all that. But I got to get back into that mentality if I'm going to be doing like home shit.
Like I don't plan on doing running anytime soon because I don't get paid to run anymore. But back when I was doing that shit, it was one of those things like the treadmill never worked as well for me getting my mile and getting my run time down as much as just going outside and running around the quads and going up and down the trails and everything else. Like that was always way better for me than freaking I could spend an hour every day on the treadmill and it wasn't nothing compared to 30 minutes outside actually running around and doing stuff. So yeah.
I do think there's a lot of value to be gained from treadmills. It's hard on your knees, like it's high impact for sure, but like
running outside's worse.
Yeah, but I mean, I think there's something to be gained from being able to like get through an entire because I usually do 30 minutes on the treadmill, and what I'll generally do is about 10 minutes at 3 miles per hour at an 11 incline, and just hit that for 10 minutes, and I'll spend the rest of the 20 minutes running at like just a 1 or 1.5 incline at like 5 or 5.5, just as like decent pace. like heart rate is up. And then usually for the last the last 2 minutes, I'll pump it up to like 6 or 6.5 just to like muscle it out. But like
a heavy jog.
Right. And like the in between time, you're 100% right. It's monotonous and kind of shitty, but that's part of like overcoming. Like, I want to quit. Don't fucking quit. Like, it's easy to quit and hit the off button and then get off and go home. It's harder to stay in there and finish out that exercise or do that last set or go and hit your core afterwards. I want to quit. Don't quit. Like, the difference between who you were yesterday and who you are tomorrow is that extra 20 minutes on the treadmill, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
legit.
It's just as much of like a mental workout as it is like a physical workout.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, because like going and running out like on a trail, it's like no matter what, it's like it's like if you go like a mile, it's like, well, like no matter what, you can't like you have to go a mile back. So it's like it's not much of like that mental like you're not like unless you're running marathons, it's not as much like as a mental stimulus as like trying to run on a treadmill where you have to like kind of mentally keep on like, okay, gotta keep going.
Yep.
Just always
my mentality. My mentality on go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's how I got through Atlas Shrugged, was on the treadmill.
my mentality on running a mile out is how fast do I want to get back to the car?
Yeah. It's true. But like audiobooks are perfect time to do that too, to pass the time.
At one point in time, like when I was in the military, I did 5K runs. Those are great because like, you know, you're not like you have people who are doing like, you know, light cheering and stuff like that, you know, like come on, keep up kind of thing. It's not like your drill sergeant's like yelling at you to stay in pace with everybody else. You're running at your own speed.
Yeah.
And you know, people encourage you stuff like that. Like I'm running 5Ks in like 25-ish minutes. I'm like, I think this is a good pace. But and I want to get back to that. Like that was like about a decade ago was the last time I ran a 5K. And like I miss that. I want to be able to run those 5K. I think they actually have some in town. So
oh yeah, 5Ks are generally good, like springtime, and like I know there's always like 2 or 3 in the fall near me. Yeah. They're good ones to get into because they're not. It's like what 3.2 miles. I mean, that's not bad at all.
I was never a long distance runner myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun because like, you know, if you're on a 5K, but if it's one of these kinds of situations, you can pop in an earbud if you so choose to and listen to like your favorite podcasters or favorite video. All you got to do is just one of the things I like doing is timing, and I think a lot of people do this. Like. I give myself like some unprecedented time limit that just happens to be the same length of the video or something like that. And it's like, I got to do this much in this amount of time. So it might be a self-sabotaging thing, but it is kind of like a good mental challenge as well to push yourself to keep going with that run kind of thing. So that's fun to do.
Professor Savage Dad says, I listen to Shag's TikTok videos on the bike at the gym. Man, appreciate you, man. That's awesome.
21 seconds. Nice.
Right. I was wondering why the average viewer was so low.
Those are. I just want to get back in shape to where I can start doing some like the basic calisthenic stuff I used to be able to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Calisthenics are great. I don't think I'd ever. Go ahead.
I used to be able to like just do like handstand walks and like go like walk around for like a little bit and like backflips all around.
I think my limbs might be a little. I think my limbs might be a little too long for that now. It's like, you know, I'm gonna be all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, being tall is like really hard to like do calisthenics.
I'm just too big. Like like my body is thick. You know, like it's. I don't like. My goal for this year is like pull-ups.
Is a thick boy.
I mean, I'm not like Professor Savage Dad is a thick boy. I'm
Savage is definitely a big dude.
Yeah,
Savage is a big boy.
But like my goal is like, I think a reasonable goal is like pull-ups. Like I want to get into that, but like again, being a big person and pulling that weight up is like crazy sometimes.
No, like there's a reason why, like if you look at the average height of a male Olympic gymnast, they are not very tall because they're not a lot of weight that they're having to throw around.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now there is
thank you. Exactly. Can we just call Savage Dad what he is? He says, just call me fat, damn it.
No, he's not fat. He's got like one of the best dad bods out there. But
For sure.
one of the things, like when it comes to pull-ups, if you like it's something that one of the guys, Avery Parker, you might have seen him around a couple of times. This is one of the things he does is like he gets on a pull-up bar and he just hangs. Like he just hangs.
Oh
there.
yeah.
It helps. I forgot what it does specifically, but it definitely does help.
So it's supposed to help your grip strength partially because like they say that the older you get, the better your grip strength is the better like life expectancy or something like that. I can't remember like exactly what. It was.
Really?
Yeah, because like
I mean,
I'm just gonna start using those grippy things.
So like a lot of times with like grip, with grip strength, you got to be able to like as you get older, you tend to like trip and fall and hurt yourself and like break a hip or something like that. You get major injuries that are gonna be kind of fatal to like your just like well-being, and so being able to have good grip strength to catch yourself and save yourself like from falling down is like apparently like really vital.
It's called dead hanging. That's what it is.
Yeah, dead hanging.
But yeah,
you can even do like scap pulls too with that. Like you don't even have to do like big pull-ups. Anyway, sorry about that.
Along with grip strength improvement, it also is great for spinal decompression, stretches the upper body, reduces shoulder pain, improves shoulder mobility, and corrects posture.
I actually got it. I have a pretty like my shoulder's been since my seizures like it has been really bad.
Grandma Parkins, get it correct.
Oh,
are we back?
Am I here? Hello?
Wait, so that wasn't me? That was all of you guys?
Yeah, apparently.
I just froze on me.
No shit. I thought it was me that you guys were glitching. I thought I was the one glitching because it was all three of you at the same time.
I just thought my internet went to shit because like it's been like a couple weeks ago. It was just like it was like going out constantly. I was like, okay, is it me? My internet seems to be fine.
Wait, are we still live?
Yeah, we are. Apparently we are. That's what I'm seeing.
Refresh.
Yeah, we're still.
Oh boy.
Okay. Because they're saying F in chat. So
shout out to StreamYard.
We're live.
Yeah, weird.
We're back.
Anyways, I was thinking about getting back in the pool to like just get my shoulder like maybe a little bit back into the motion because I need to get an MRI on it. Is what I need to just see like what's happening because the doctor thought it was just like inflammation, but I can't don't do anything over like anything up higher than this. I don't do. It's too much.
So I have like some minor shoulder issues, but it was like I learned that it was actually because I pulled a back muscle, and so I started using my shoulder more to compensate.
Nice.
So I've been like having to like rehabilitate like a muscle just like right around like the shoulder blade. I've been having like try to really target that and engage that muscle so that I'm not using my shoulder muscles as much.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, we're astral projecting. Nice.
Well done, us. Astral projecting, by the way, ASTRAL.
Yes.
Astral projecting is something completely different.
Astro.
All right, my guy. Look, I can talk. It's funny because like, when I was in the military, fitness is one of those things that I was just like, all right, I'll do it because I'm kind of required to. And I got out of the military and I took more of an interest in it. But once the videos started hitting my YouTube, since I started looking at them, I've gotten even more into it. So now I'm just like, maybe I can do this and this and this and this. Make myself look nice, nice and good for my lady because she likes looking at me. So, no, that's something that I'm definitely getting more into the practice of. I just got to keep these dogs from like thinking that it's playtime because I'm at their level.
Yeah.
Hey, you're down here too. All right, so what are we gonna do? Well, I'm gonna work out. So we're playing? No. All right, we're playing. Fucking, now I gotta lock them up or some shit.
Gotta let them outside while you go work out.
If they stay outside.
Professor Savage Dad says stretching is so important to old ass men like us. I am
is good.
really bad at stretching. It's something that's I need to do better. I need to do better.
Do better. The do better's worth.
That's the thing is it's really hard to stretch out like the muscles around the shoulder too. It's not an easy thing to do.
No.
Because of like where they are specifically. It's not exactly like something.
Well, that's even that's why swimming a lot of times and it can be really it's light on the joints, but like the rubber bands, the band, and obviously it's good muscle workout. The bands, I do bands occasionally. I had to do them in the past because I've had surgery on my right shoulder. But I don't, I'm 30, I'm gonna be 39 years old. I don't want to have surgery on my fucking shoulder.
Again.
Yeah, like it's the other shoulder, but like being incapacitated for like basically 6 months sucks. Like, you don't know how much you use your shoulder or joints until you can't use them. And your shoulders, use it a lot, and it's all attached back. You were saying, Reiken, like stuff in the back. Like
that's the funny thing about the human body in general is like you don't realize until one of your parts stops working, or until like you have to take a break with it. How often you realize how often you use it. Like if my brother, for example, he broke his arm, and it was his right arm, which is his dominant arm. So a lot of the stuff that he did for a while was just like it was just bad, and then the same thing happened with his leg. You walk a lot, and something that you're usually grateful for, but once that goes away, you're like, I should have been more grateful. It only takes the debilitation of one like limb or ligament or some shit like that, and like that. Yeah. Look at that. If your
16 ounces at a time, boys. Let's go.
No, that's a decreasing number.
Yeah.
Well, and it's something too, like if you don't like take care of like that injury, because it's just like a chain reaction. It's like you hurt one thing, and then you're gonna hurt another thing, and then you hurt another thing. It's like you gotta.
Yep.
You gotta get it back into shape, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Gotta love being a human
anymore.
So what?
What is this link that someone put in Rumble?
It's a troll. I don't have the ability to nuke them over there, though.
Oh.
You have to do that.
I probably do, but I'm not over there. So
is it like
he didn't even add emojis over there? I doubt he took the time to go add any mods.
What?
What?
Huh? What? Huh?
Do I know
your favorite color?
What is the video even? I wonder.
Nah, dude, don't click on it.
No, I'm not going to click on it.
It's not even a YouTube link. It's literally u2.be. Like,
is it?
Yeah.
That's how you get your shit said. That's how you get Grant Gregory. Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that.
True. Later,
bitch. To disable like links for people that are not like or like let the streamer be able to disable links unless you're like a mod or something.
Yeah.
Anybody ever go check out the nudes in the bio from these bots on Twitter?
No. Did you actually click that link?
No. I'm just asking because I see it very often. Either nudes and bios or like full ass pussy pics. It's wild as hell.
I always love it when you get that random like on one of your stupid ass tweets that nobody else with, right? And you go to look at the profile of the person who liked it because you already know, right? It's got to be a bot, right? You look at it, you're like, yep, like pictures in the profile, link in the DM,
file made 2 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. 0 followers, 0 following. Yeah, okay.
And then like the handle is like something like Layla 4277348. We're like, okay.
The last week, or 2 weeks ago, maybe I joined the Kick official Discord, and they had like an introduce yourself. So I just like said hello or whatever. No shit, probably. But the week following that, 30 messages and friend requests from like all these fucking like promotion accounts that are like 3 months old. I'm like, you don't even like, you haven't even been on Discord for more than 3 months. Like, who are you fucking promoting? Like, oh, well, you got to add this person. And I'm like, okay, so what is it? Well, how much money do you have to spend? I'm like, none. Like,
yep. Oh, I get them in my Rumble comments all the time. It's like, hey, we can promote your channel and boost your viewership. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm good, bro.
That's like almost all I get on Kick anymore, except for like the random raid from some of the guys that I know over there. But like Kick, like as far as like new people anymore, it's always just bots. Hey, you know, I can help you maximize your, because it always starts out the same way. I love your content. I'm like, you don't even know who the fuck I am.
I love your content, but I haven't uploaded shit. What do you mean?
just go to Walmart and get 2 Google Play gift cards
Apple
for
$400,
and don't read them. Don't.
Bro, that's one of the funniest. I forget the guy's name, but it's one of the funniest dude. He just scammers.
Well, there's one guy, Pierogi, that I watch. He's funny. He does the same shit, but there's the other guy with the aviator glasses on.
Yeah, that's the dude I watch. The aviator guy. That's hilarious.
No,
hey, you told me to.
Don't redeem it. Yeah, Kitbug. Whatever.
You told me to put the money in my account and back in the ATM. No, don't put the money in your account.
No, bitch, you stupid bitch lady.
Dude
gets so mad.
I love how he could keep a straight face through all of it too. Oh, it's great.
Pierogi does the ones where they he connects into their camera system in India and gets he's like, oh hey Ishtar, whatever the fuck their name is. And he's like, what? And then they pull the plug on everything, but that shit's wild that they're able to track them all the way to their building. That's nuts. Those scam the scammer videos are probably the funniest. So they used to be all over my TikTok feed. I don't see them much anymore, which means I need to retrain my algorithm, I guess.
Yeah.
Too funny.
I think speaking on algorithms and stuff like that, I think I've gotten my Twitter to a point where I am completely content, where I either see Rippaverse stuff, I'll see some political stuff, but that's primarily because I respond to it like a dumbass.
Yeah.
I'll see the engagement bait stuff, but primarily geared towards anime and stuff. So people asking it's like Goku, Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo. Who clears? And I'm like, I already know the answer to this one. And they're like, I have an absolute ball just making nonsensical arguments about all of this stuff. It's great. So if I start to see some libs of TikTok shit pop up on my feed, that means I have to do something else.
Just scroll right by.
God damn it! Mm-hmm. Right? I don't want this, Elon. What the fuck are you doing?
I've been furthering and really getting into my my manga habit or obsession. I bought
Assassination Classroom.
I bought the first 3, and then I bought the first 3 of what's the other one? Demon Slayer. And then I bought the first 2 of Lone Wolf and Cub. And
all right, Lone Wolf and Cub is definite. That's a definite must. That's a really
bro. That I read that book in a day, and it was the coolest assassination vignettes. The story as it progresses and how they all these people hiring him and him and his son tag team and everything. Pretty much it was so good. And then I just
Lone Wolf and Cub people.
Yeah, Lone Wolf and Cub is really good. Professor Savage Dad actually went and bought it after he heard me talking about it.
Oh yeah.
I need to get back into my manga reading, but I know if I do that's all I will be doing. I won't I'll put off everything else just to read manga because I'll just sit there for hours.
Yeah. I usually use that as kind of study material. I'm just all right, so let's see what kind of techniques I can use for the manga that I'm drawing. Something like that. So I'm reading battle manga, I'm reading Shaman King, Kaiju number 8 and stuff like that. And then I'll read I just read Liminal Zone, the Junji Ito anthology. And I'm learning more horror aspects and stuff like that because what I'm doing with my manga, it's gonna be a multi-genre thing because it's based off of so many different personalities. So I'm aiming for something very wild and very uncouth, But like I hope people like it nonetheless. Either way, it gives me more of an excuse to buy more manga. So there's that.
Nice. Yeah, I just like, for whatever reason, I really enjoy. I mean, I know I've liked it in the past. I've read, I think 5 or 6 of the Battle Angel Alita ones. I read them on my tablet though. I want to go back and actually like buy them. And I haven't. I do want to get into. I think I will eventually get into One Piece. I'm trying to avoid the ones that are like 8 million issues long.
Well, you only have a couple of those to worry about.
Yeah, like Assassination Classroom is fairly short. I do know Lone Wolf and Cub is pretty long. Like there's 7 omnibuses, and there's like I think 16 books per omnibus. So that's a lot, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just super excited. What the hell?
So Raiken's wanting to get back into manga.
Yep, we're gonna make him eventually.
He's like, it's all he's gonna do. And
I got like anime posters.
Look, I'm fine with that. I think I got it. Do I have any? No, I don't have any anime posters specifically. I just got like a few like F&T posters, like promotional posters. I got some Ripperverse stuff. And I have some Marvel stuff as well. I think I have a classic Fantastic Four. I think it was Jack Kirby cover, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I surprisingly haven't put many posters up. Like Amarad and I want to put some up, put them on like these magnetic sets so we can just change them at will, as opposed to trying to set up more tape or some kind of adhesive on the back or some shit. Yeah, so like once we actually get something set up in that manner, it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong. Then that's just another habit I'm gonna get into. Why do you have so many posters? Why don't we have more? Is the correct
right? Exactly.
Right. Nothing wrong with too many posters.
Like it's
Sleazy. Sorry. I was gonna say Sleazy came in with his membership for 14 months, man. Nonsense on the internet. Shocked. I know. Thank you, brother. 14 months. Well, I've been doing it this long.
According to Alinity, that's not even a year yet.
What?
God.
Oh yeah, there's this clip of Alinity where some dude in her chat, I don't know, some simple whatever, said he's been around for 24 months. He's like 24 months. Yeah, 2 years. It's been, great or some shit like that. And she's like, Kenji, a year has 24 months or some shit.
Oh my God.
Oh no, that's right. He said 12. It was 12 months he had, and then he said I can't believe it's already been a year. And she said, Kenji, a year has 24 months. It was the funniest shit. Like, all right, this right here proves that you don't need a brain in order to make it on Twitch.
Oh yeah. Yep. You just need 2 tits, a hole, and a heartbeat. That's all you need.
And imagine she was like fixing to be a doctor in South America.
Heartbeat's probably optional in some cases.
I mean, you've seen those like man on the streets where like they ask like college kids like questions, like basic college questions, and they can't answer them. It's like Jesus.
I think
I barely paid attention in high school, and I know this shit.
Yep.
The shit that kills me are the ones is like, you're a history major. Yes, I am. Well, what year was the Declaration of Independence signed? She's like 1976. Is like,
dude, bad. Yep. How many stars are on the American flag? 51. Oh, what?
I think
Probable 8 months. Says sing happy birthday to Silvar Ogre. You Cretans. Also,
no, it says Cretans.
Cretans, yeah. Also for the second time tonight.
I'm not like a literature major or anything like that. I just know how to spell.
And the common nerd for a member for 1 month says happy birthday, Silvar. He's really old now, like dirt. Ask him for advice. Rocks want to know what it was like when he was growing up.
Ogre's an old dude. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He and I have a similar manga taste. You bring up Captain Harlock, and we can go on about that one. Like that's one of our favorites. That's a libertarian manifesto. Basically, the main character, he heads a ship of people who just show up and do whatever they want, but have a common goal of taking down the enemy. Oh, it's great.
Nice.
Always happy to have you here, Silvar. So glad to see you bouncing around all these channels and being supportive. So thank you, sir. Metastep for a 13-month member. 2 tits, a hole in a heartbeat. I'm gonna make it.
Good grief. I mean, shit, the way that with the way that a lot of this AI shit is going, like the heartbeat is going to become like less and less necessary to some people.
That's why I said that's optional. Think about that. They're already doing the AI chatbot girlfriends and shit. How long before one of those has a YouTube channel?
You know, I was listening to something
already.
Yeah,
I was listening to something interesting about the AI stuff, and that really what AI is now is essentially a glorified autofill, is what it is.
Yeah.
And one of the things they're having a lot of issues with, I wish Mr. Grant Gregory was here because he'd be better at
he
explaining.
would tell you to shut the fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about.
No. This comes right from like, these are people that were talking about it as like experts, like they are involved with like developing and working with AI.
And then essentially, the experts are they're all quacks.
But essentially, what they are right now is just that, and that they're very, very limited, and they don't fear the Skynet version of things, because training an AI is difficult in that, like, you give it a task, and like you're trying to teach it a task of like something simple, like hold this ball, or like give me a picture of a person holding a ball. And what like will end up happening is like you'll give it all this information, and it takes in the information, and what you realize is if you just like kind of spin like the picture or whatever, like a 3D model or something, and spin it, it's not actually holding the ball, it's just like whatever angle you're looking at the thing with, like the ball's just in front of the hand. So you're trying to teach it one lesson, but it learns a different one. Does that like make sense? Like, so like teaching it empathy and all that stuff is really, really difficult, because it's like, well, whose empathy are you teaching it? And how do you insert empathy into?
Yeah, and empathy is just like way too abstract for like because like computers are like very logical. It's like you have to put inputs, like things that are like that makes like very like 1 + 1 is 2. It has to be very like logical,
Right.
Whereas like empathy is just like it's too abstract for like AI to comprehend at the moment.
Yep. And the processing power that is required, I think, is something that's bottlenecked right now. And I think Grant was talking about this a little bit with me, and then he was on Adam Krigler's show, I believe, yesterday, and they talked about it. So check that interview out. But yeah, processing power is bottlenecked right now in the United States. Like we don't have, we have the processing power. We don't have the physical power for it. If that, like the processing power is too, there's too much of a demand on the grid right now for like all this AI stuff to like
the
really.
morphin grid? It's a Power Rangers joke. Go ahead.
Well, like I know, like with like a lot of like the supercomputers, like you have like in order for those like processings to work, is like you have to like supercool those computers so that because like otherwise they run, or in order for like the information to transfer super quickly, like you have to supercool those like the computers.
Yep.
And that takes a lot of energy just to cool those computers like down to like, or those like CPUs down to near zero, so that it can process those like things at super high speeds.
Yeah.
It's like, and to be constantly running something like that, that's having to keep something super cooled, is like, yeah, like you're saying, like the insane amount of like energy just to do that is insane.
Well, they also said that the like right now they're trying to power a lot of that stuff with wind power and solar power, which there's not enough kick in that. So they're trying to look into What's that?
You can't store it, one. So you have
Right.
to like, and you're having to like constantly like, so like you're relying on stuff that's not reliable. It's not always sunny. It's not always windy.
No, exactly. And what they're actually looking into a lot is they're looking into nuclear power, but like smaller nuclear power. So not like
better than everything else. But
totally. It's completely. I mean, it's completely renewable. The problem is the optics of nuclear are never good. They're
Chernobyl. That was somebody else's fuck up. What are you talking about?
Right.
So,
go ahead, Reiken.
What was explained to me with the problem with like Chernobyl and the problem with like the Japan one is like when Japan was near an ocean, earthquake happens, tsunami happens, it's going to hit that nuclear power plant. Chernobyl was run on completely old systems that didn't have where they couldn't. It was relying on a human factor that like just like so like there was going to be fuck ups that happened. So like whereas nowadays we kind of like we can have kind of like that human and computer aspect that can control the nuclear system. So if like one thing fucks up, another thing can back it up, whether it's the human element or the computer element.
Well, not like that. I know like the Chernobyl, a lot of that had to do with just the maintenance and the shoddy work and everything else they had to do. And just, I mean, it's communism building a nuclear reactor. What exactly did you expect to happen?
Damn. We got a Camelot raid.
Camelot raid.
Yo, what's up?
Shout out Camelot. What's up?
What's happening?
Camelot.
Yo, pull up a chair,
Hey,
y'all.
Camelot.
Get on it.
Hey,
Doggone it, as he
there's
says.
cash.
Get on it, doggone it.
Cash.
Camelot, get at me, man. Message me, or I'm gonna message you. One of the two. One of us is gonna be in somebody else's DMs.
Listen, man.
One of us is sliding.
I'm taking a page out of your book, dude, and we're just doing the tank top tonight, and I'm showing off the traps.
Showing off the guns.
Yep. Let's go.
Marshmallows.
By the way, Camelot, awesome person. Fun hanging out with him this last weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to his race?
Yeah. Dude, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Camelot, he is killing it, dude. I mean,
dude.
Yeah. Clearly, I mean,
Camelot's
I'm not
amazing.
saying he's placing first in everything, but he is out there. He is getting it.
Yeah.
No, like if you like understanding like where like how well he's doing with like with what he has, it's insane like how well he's doing, because like the guys that are in like first, second, third place, those guys have like $1 million cars, and he doesn't have $1 million car, and he's kicking ass.
Oh yeah,
and it's awesome.
He's
like,
you know what? Another anime I would recommend to people is Gearless Joe. Gearless Joe is basically what Camelot is right now. He's a guy running on like the lowest, like probably on some of the lowest like priced, I guess, like gear and stuff that he's got. The lowest price kit, I guess you should say.
Yeah.
And he's out there like keeping up with the best of them. I think that's pretty damn solid.
No, it's amazing. Just like being like just seeing what he's doing.
Hell yeah.
That being said, he definitely needs the like metaphorical cock sucking right now for the beatings he's been going through. But that's not what we're talking about. He was just talking about that, so we're not gonna worry about that. Let's talk about his racing. Shit's awesome.
Now, the fact that he's doing that well with, like you said, everybody said, the limited amount of gear that he's got just shows you how good he actually is. And just imagine what he would have with that kind of gear underneath him.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, the guy's got passion. I think that takes people so far. And like, it's something that's like not talked about a lot with everything. It's like, if you have a passion for the stuff you're doing, like he wants it badly, and it shows all the time. That'll carry you far, even on gear that's just a little bit. Like even with like live streaming, you don't need to get a $8,000 setup. All you need is a microphone, a mixer. You don't even need a mixer. You just need a microphone that sounds decent, headset, camera. The camera doesn't even need to be that bad, and probably a light, and that's it.
Yep,
that's it. But I did want to say thank you again for everyone who came over from Camelot Stream. There's a lot of people that were over there tonight. They were talking about Ricada stuff. We are not talking about Ricada stuff. We're talking some pop culture stuff. We were talking about AI and nuclear power plants, and
we're talking about fitness stuff too. God damn, I know that's
stuff.
Something else that Camelot would definitely be in. Like this is one of the reasons we gotta get you on the show, Camelot.
Yeah, he's got to come hang out.
Got to talk about getting in shape and looking good.
Top left, top left, Dollar Store Keemstar, Chris Chan's brother with Come on, man. You just met. Just met, dog. This man. This man with the violence.
Dallas Store Keemstar, Chris Chan's brother.
Keemstar?
Yeah, Windigoon. Definitely. Wednesday night. That's what it is. Or
Definitely.
Hey,
man, I'll tell you what, Camelot's my inspiration to work out. I want people to pay me to take my shirt off too. Hell yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think he did tonight.
I'm okay with taking my shirt off. I just don't want to.
Nah.
Yeah, I need to be able to lift a little bit more before I could take my shirt off, but I'm working on the old the guns right now. But I'll tell you, I mean, Cody's a big influence on me and on like a lot of stuff, because I think he speaks his mind on things and doesn't let people like push him one way or the other. He says what he wants to say, and if people have shit with him, then whatever. Like, he doesn't let that get in the way of him speaking his mind, and I give him a lot of credit for that, and it inspires me. And then obviously his fitness stuff and his drive to want to be a professional racer, like all that stuff is just great. So, and he's cool as shit, like like for real.
Yeah, I had to check him on his spelling of Frankie Muniz. It was great because he took a picture with the guy. And I'm like,
I think he said it was
congratulations.
autocorrected, but yeah.
Yeah, it said Frankie Munoz. And I was just like, it's Muniz, Cody. He was like, God damn, autocorrect. Sorry, bro. I'm just helping you out. Like, sometimes you're bamming, it kicks in at the wrong times.
Wait, did he not hit Naked Snake? There's no way he didn't hit Naked Snake and then not do it.
Melissa said he claims he'll do it a second time on the next stream. We'll see, is what Melissa Smith said.
I think you should do 2 fighting milks and yeah.
Fight milks. Holy shit.
That's
a lot of protein.
Billy Hatcher says, I stream on my channel and I use my shitty ass Corsair mic headset. And dude, it's all you need. That's all you need.
No, that's one of the things that
you don't even need a webcam. Like there's a lot of big YouTubers that don't even show their face. No webcam, nothing.
It's true.
I'm not even a big YouTuber, but look at me. I am basically a caricature, or I am my version of an already popular character.
He failed us.
He didn't fail you. He'll make it up later.
Yeah. I do think either a VTuber model or having your camera on is highly recommended. You don't need a camera. It is highly recommended, but I know people are worried about being doxxed. It just depends on what you're talking about. Like if you're talking about stuff like culture, politics, and you work public facing, might not be great to show it, but
like also I feel like you're a woman, you don't want to be like harassed by a bunch of dudes. It's kind of
true.
That too.
Like it's easier just to do like a VTuber or no cam.
Can it be both?
That's what I said.
It's okay to love wiener and be cool at the same time. I promise. I'm just kidding. That's not true. I don't. Yeah, and Tug doesn't show his face, and some people don't, and it works for them. If you're gonna do it, you have to. That has to be your thing. I think all the way. All the way
into it.
Yeah,
prove it. You wish.
Look, that's going to be on my one of my trading cards. It's going to be my quote on one of my trading cards. It's going to be "Prove it."
Yeah,
I have a lot of those.
Go for the good mic first.
Yeah, I think good mic is like probably the very first thing you need,
or just learn how to like really fine tune like a shitty mic.
Yeah,
what you can do. Yeah.
Either.
Go ahead.
Jinx.
Somebody speak.
What I was about to say is like, I mean, like, instead, like one of the things that a lot of people do is they try to go for the best mic, and what you should do is get something that's like that works best for you. There's some people that they rock well with like a Blue. There's some people that rock well with a Shure. There's some people that rock well with a fucking a Turtle Beach headset, and it's like they just do what they do as long as the people showing up enjoy the show. I think everything's good.
You just need to know what you're talking about, because like when I started streaming like a very long time ago,
way back in 14, 12.
Way back, there was like everyone had a shitty microphone. It was like there was no Shure SM7B that everyone used. It was a Turtle Beach headset, or it was, I think, the best
webcam.
Yeah, the best microphone on the market at the time was the Snowball, and what was the other one? The one above that was
the blue, not the Yeti.
The Yeti. No, the Yeti. The Yeti was like the best. If you had a Yeti, you were a fucking streamer.
Like I had a Yeti. Dude, I got monetized the first time on my Yeti, man. Like I had that Yeti. That Yeti was the first thing that was the only really expensive thing I invested in it the first time. And even then, $125, which doesn't sound much when you start really looking into like, fancier things. Thank you, Quarter Black Garrett. I love you.
That's what
gay.
Yeah, gay, very gay. But yeah, I mean, those things, they were great. I mean, hell, mine didn't really start acting up until like the last year. That's because I've been screaming into it for 3 years.
Sounds like a skill issue, Billy.
Jesus Christ. Now it's funny because, like, speaking on skill issues, like I remember trying to stream, not stream, but like record video games and shit like that before capture cards were the size that they are. Like you get an Elgato that's the size of a phone, a smartphone now.
Yeah,
sometimes smaller. I was using. This is back when we had when every TV still had the AVI setup. So
yeah.
So I got like I had that big ass like fucking VCR size recording machine. You plugged into the back of the damn thing, and you plug into the 3 cords, the red, yellow, and white, into the TV, and you run with that. And then you got to figure out how to get the audio with the video, put them together because they record separately for some fucking reason. and then you got to layer on your own commentary on top of that shit. Dog, I was in the fucking trenches back in the day.
Yeah.
Shit's so fucking easy now. I'm old-ish. Clearly.
The thing is, though, is if you can do it on stuff like that, you can do it on the good stuff. And it, like I said, the cost of entry is pretty low when you think about it. Because for the most part, like that's why I say like the microphone is probably the biggest deal. And even the you go to Target and get one of those like little lavalier mics that sound fine. You get like the little fluffy windscreen on it, so it's not like making too much noise, and you can like just do stuff on your phone really easily. But yeah, barrier to entry really low. You can make good stuff as long as you know what you're talking about somewhat.
We're at a point where, despite Zack Snyder's terrible directorial skills, he does some great ass shots with a fucking iPhone. That's impressive.
Look at A, dude. He did it. He did like this. He did this whole like tutorial like on the internet, like as like a YouTube video or something. Like he's like, let me show you what I can do with an iPhone. And like he showed like these comparison shots of like, this is what I do with a $35,000 camera. This is what you can do with your iPhone. It's all about lighting and like doing these slow things. And he's like, he was right. It's like, it's so
Billy,
capable.
We were just talking about Kipuga. Like,
oh man,
before all of you came, we were just talking about him and how hilarious it is because someone posted like a shitty link on my Rumble channel. And then I was like, oh, the guy was probably gonna, or no, the promoters that were in my like DMs on Discord were like, oh, just go to Walmart and get me 2 gift cards for the Google Play Store. And then it just made me think of him. So
nice.
Yeah.
That is fucking great. Holy shit.
Oh,
Glorious.
I know. I'm trying. My life was $30 and got Razer. I got a Razer Keo used for like $20. Yeah, dude. Like I said, so many things.
Right now, use Razer Keo with the light ring.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It works.
Is that like the camera or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Razer. Oh, okay.
He's also gonna have a collab with one of the guys on his stream tomorrow. Where on Camelot or Kitbuga?
Both.
Yeah. I watch. I don't watch his long form streams. I watch all his like TikTok stuff. On Twitch. Nice.
Yeah, I spend most of my time now. If I'm watching anything YouTube related, either listening to like EFAP because they usually don't have to. They don't require you to look at the screen.
Right.
I listen to like Gundam, obviously Gundam or Disparu or somebody that I enjoy their personality. Obviously, Gary They're erotic. So a lot of the people in this space, primarily, I never listened to that one dude with the fucking like shades and hat. That dude's like he's garbage. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure I'm not subscribed to you. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's why I don't see your fucking videos. I'm still not going to subscribe to you.
Billy,
Nonetheless,
you should be. I mean, you're not going to get banned if you do. You're allowed to. I trust you. I know you're a mod for Camelot, so you're fine.
And Hypnotic is another one I just started watching recently because all he does is just spit facts and dunk on people, and it's funny as hell. I enjoy a little bit of shit stirring every now and then.
Oh yeah.
I think that's just kind of how it goes now. As much as I might not agree with some of the shit stirring, it's I think it's fun. I don't know. Like last week we were talking about, we were just dunking on who was that?
Last week?
Was it last week or the week before? We were dunking on Tom Holland and that what's her name?
Or the chick that's in the
Romeo and Juliet. And we're just
I don't know. It was one of these shows. I think it was last week.
It was I think it was the one with Hypnotic, wasn't it? Either way.
It was last week because I was like, can't we just say she's an ugly bitch? And you got Shags was all trying to be democratic about it. He's like, no. I'm like, dude, she's just ugly. Some people are just ugly, man. It's okay to say that.
I was gonna try and bring up a picture, but everything was crashing at the same time. But there was actually an angle of her that actually looked really good, and they had it was good chemistry between them, visually. So, yeah.
Hold up. You can't say that shit so brazenly, Shags. What do you mean there's a good angle of her?
I'm saying that her blackness didn't get in the way of her being ugly.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. These goddamn German shepherds. No, I'm joking. Nonetheless,
flipped and canceled.
I'm not I can't
bringing out your Drex, man.
Shit Did you smash it? The like button.
Smash that like button, yeah. Let's get all them likes.
Smash it. Smash the like button it treated you wrong. Nonetheless,
smash that like button like it's a cute ass, like it's sheep's ass.
Smash that like button like it's your stepsister. All right, let's go.
Whoa! All right, Alabama boy. I thought you lived in Utah. When you start playing banjos for YouTube,
right, Melissa. Costs nothing to like a stream. Exactly.
Exactly. Well, it costs a single click, and those are like a dime a dozen.
Right.
Well, it doesn't cost you anything to share it out on your social media platforms either. It doesn't cost you a thing.
That costs you a little more than a dime a dozen, but it's still worth it. But yeah, I it's funny because like Tom Holland, people who have been in Marvel movies, for example, like Tom Holland, whatever the dude's name, Captain America dude, even Chris Hemsworth and Henry Cavill as well. Despite them having these big ass roles, are proving with their newer roles, they don't exactly have that pull that you think they would. Was it Ungentlemanly Warfare? Despite that movie being good, didn't get that much praise. Look at Tom Cruise, Last Action star. What was that? Dead Reckoning Part 1? In comparison to Maverick and stuff like that. Tom Holland, the new Spider-Man, this, that, and the other, and it's like, the hell else is he doing? Who cares?
Yeah.
And same thing with Ryan Gosling, and people love Ryan Gosling. Can't get enough of the Goss. And he was just in Fall Guy?
Fall Guy.
And Fall Guy was a great movie by any viewer standards, and it's not doing that great. It's primarily because it's such a shitty pivot, but I'm taking it anyway. It's primarily because Hollywood has hit a point where they put out so much shovelware that the audience has become lethargic. They just don't really care much.
Well, too, the other thing is it's just too expensive. It's for the amount of money you're spending just to go to these movies that are just mediocre, it's just not worth it anymore. Nobody wants to spend $20 a ticket or $20 a ticket and then have to spend another $20 on some snacks. It's
yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time, you're talking you know, especially if it's two people, you get snacks and something to eat too. You're talking damn near minimum $100 most of the time going to the theaters, you know, and you're going to spend that on an action movie that you're not 100% sure about that. There's no way, you know, that's why you only see certain movies doing just absolute blockbusters, because guess what? It's the economy, stupid. So yeah,
I went and saw Garfield with my kids. My kids wanted to go see it.
I'm so sorry.
What'd you think?
I'm glad I went to a matinee.
There was
oh no!
Take your kids to a matinee. I mean, the problem is kids nowadays don't know who Garfield is. Like they just don't. Like he was a comic strip that we watched, or that we read, and
it definitely had like 4 cartoons.
Yeah, but it was like, again, it wasn't something that's like big in the culture now, you know, and it's certainly not comic strip anymore. The animation seemed fine, but there was
Illumination.
I think so. No, it wasn't. It was like 5 different other studios. It was a really weird. Yeah, it was weird. But it's not. It was unfortunate. What's even more embarrassing is that something like Furiosa couldn't blow that movie out of the water.
That just makes me laugh even more, because people were saying it from like from Fury Road. It was just like all they did was go outward and then come backwards. Like they didn't do anything in the fucking movie. And it's like, you know, Max didn't do Max shit. He just sat in the car the whole time, or he was tied to the fucking hood. He wasn't Max. He was embarrassed, is what he was.
Yeah.
So like, you know, a lot of people like they're like, yeah, Furiosa, she finally gets her own movie, and then it happened. Like, why hasn't anybody seen the movie? Well, multiple factors. You want me to go down a whole list, or just give you the bullet points, like the main bullet points?
Well, and here's I gave it a decent review of like, I think I gave it like 35% out of 100, you know, like, because
that's not decent.
No. I mean, I gave it the rating I gave it because my kids were happy when I left and they sat through the whole thing. And that's it. Unfortunately, whatever talent was in there was wasted. It was very forgettable. The whole father-son story was mediocre at best. And it started and stopped the plot so much and like kind of rehashed the same issues over and over.
A father-son plot. It's just a cat who wants lasagna and the owner that hates him for it. Like, what more do you need?
So exactly. So the whole thing starts with Garfield getting left in an alleyway. So here's the even funnier thing. So Samuel L. Jackson plays his dad, right? The voice of his dad.
Oh Lord.
Leaves him in the alleyway. Doesn't come back.
Black man left him.
Exactly, dude.
Look for some milk or a pack of smokes. Which did he tell?
I was like, oh my God, that's fucked up. So, but
that's fine. Black girl magic. You know he ain't got no morals.
Garfield wanders across the street and gets pizza, and no, that would have been a great ending to the movie. Was saved a lot of money probably. And then that's so. Then it like flash forward, 10 years or whatever, and or not even whatever, a couple of years.
Smoking man, shut up.
And then all of a sudden, Garfield gets captured by someone for some reason, and the dad comes in like a ninja and saves them, and then it's like spills the beans. Oh, this is the dad. It's the weirdest movie, and you're like, why did this even need to happen? And as you might imagine, like, he didn't actually run away. Like, he just like went down the alleyway and then didn't come back.
This is why I like the Sonic movie more, because Sonic had to leave Angel Island. Like, because his life was in danger. His caretaker put him in another dimension and said, you'll know how to use these rings, when you can't really use them. So he was just abandoned for
Wolverine sneaked for $10 says left him for some Newport catnip.
That's unfortunate.
Appreciate you, man.
But the Sonic movie setup was, I liked it. Like he was basically stuck in like on Earth, human Earth, for like, I think it was like 10-ish years or something like that, 10, 12 years, some shit. But he'd been taking care of himself for the entire time, and then like he ends up shorting out an entire fucking power grid, and they're like, all right, we got to call in the big guns for this shit. Robotnik shows up, and then like chaos ensued. Not no pun intended or anything like that, but it had a way better setup than my dad went out for some smokes, but he actually didn't leave me. If that makes sense, I guess. So he's been wait, hold on. So if he left for a brief moment and you went off to go get some pizza and you didn't go back to the alleyway to wait for him, like where did he go, and why didn't your father find you over like the
so it's explained as this. So again, now you have to remember, and I remember, this is a kids movie, right? It's a kids movie.
Oh,
well, again, my kids were totally happy with this movie and loved it.
Your kids are
I'm sitting, I know,
smarter than you. Go ahead.
I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, he just walked away. He didn't even wait for anything to happen. Same thought. So it's explained later that he was trying to get him food. And then when the dad came back, he was eating with John. He saw how happy he was with him and didn't want to get in the way of that happiness and drag him into a life on the street. And then sort of the same thing. He would go back and he would sit in a tree across the street and he would watch how happy his son was. And so it was kind of nice, but it was like,
why'd you join him?
Bro, yeah, like again, they could have like easily solved this, been like, hey man, like I'm actually your dad, like we had this misunderstanding. Like, let's not go 10 years and,
where's his paternal instincts? Like, you go protect your child kind of thing. It's not saying that like, oh, that would have been movie over. No, you could have just had the father die of old age as they grew up over the years.
I want to know where the mom is. Hey, where's mom? Why isn't she around? Why is dad just taking care of business?
She's out home. That's what it is.
Yeah, these hoes can't be trusted, man. You know how that is.
Yeah.
Once the pussy hits the streets, man, that's where it stays.
I do know it's a cat. And I do know that, at least I'm not saying that this is any sort of cinematic masterpiece or that it should be.
It should.
But what I will say, or I already said, is that the fact that Furiosa could not beat this movie out by a very large margin is embarrassing.
I think the only reason that's the case is because Furiosa is probably far more removed from a plot.
Well, what do you think that's, I mean, really, like, because, I mean, Furiosa wasn't a character that was hated in Fury Road. Did people were they just like, oh, we don't really care about this? Like, why is this doing so bad?
It's the environment. They have shoved so many Mary Sue girl bosses down so many people's throats as leads in action movies the last few years that everybody just absolutely despised and hated these movies, that whether Furiosa is good or not, the environment that it's got going on right now guaranteed this movie to have an absolute death nail and cause it to end up losing money. Because guess what? We've had people in our corner of the sphere that said it's good. Some people said the first 45 minutes were boring. Some people said the movie was good. It's not like, and even the audience scores, I think Rotten Tomatoes, I think is like an 89% for all audience scores. The critics love it. The cinema score is only like a B+, which ain't great, but it's not horrendous either. But the problem is it's a bad environment. Nobody trusts Hollywood to do a proper female action lead anymore. Like, nobody expects this to be Ripley from Aliens. Everybody expects this to be Miss Marvel.
Shout out to Barbie. That's all I got to say.
Well, like, I have like friends that are just like they're not in like the whole pop, like in the culture war at all. They don't understand any of that, and they're like they're tired of just like watching these movies with these of this like women empowerment movies. They're just like, I'm done with it. I don't like these strong, powerful women.
Sounds like misogyny.
Yeah,
misogyny,
sexist. Sounds like we had a sexist on the panel.
It's like, and these guys don't like.
Yes,
keep up with all this politics stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I mean, the impression I get from people is they're just like, it's just a why. And like, much like you said, Raiken, like people I know, like they're not involved with culture war, but they're thinking, why are we focusing on this person, or why is this person suddenly a woman, or and all that. And it's,
personally, I'm over here like, despite the despite the continuity based liberties that they're taking with the Sonic franchise, the Sonic movies, I'll go see the third one because I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one. I haven't watched the Knuckles series, but it looks absolutely hilarious. I'm gonna check it out too. But I mean, I was hoping for Hayden Christensen to voice Shadow. And that I'm fine with Keanu Reeves. I was just hoping for Hayden Christensen personally. But yeah, I think it's going to be just as good. All they got to do is not make him like, super duper edgelord because memes, and we'd be all right.
Right.
Yeah.
Read the comics, play the games, don't read the memes on the internet. Okay.
Basically, though the memes are funny, don't read.
The memes are great, but it's like if everything you know about Warhammer is just memes, it's like, yeah, it's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, basically that. I'm about to piss Jesse off with a common Warhammer phrase, and that the orcs can just imagine anything and it happens.
Right. It's like that's always the meme. It's like, well, they can just imagine that it'll all happen. Like that's not how it works. But it's funny. It's funny.
Oh, it's great.
Sweet One says, I'm a female. Show me some good old fashioned masculine superhero and female superhero that behaves like a female and not a psycho.
Oh, I got the franchise for you. It's called the Rippaverse.
Yeah.
There you go.
I saw him behaves like a man that's jaded because somebody hurt his pride.
Oh,
Yaira behaves like a woman. Yaira behaves like a woman who's basically what's the word I'm looking for? Because I don't want to say like she's strong and don't need no man.
She's just done with everybody's shit.
There we go. That works. Like
she's just done with everybody's shit. She's like, I fuck you all.
Everybody's shit. There we go.
I gotta read that. No interest in Furiosa. I'll probably go see Ballerina though, but I'd watch Anna de Armas do her dances.
Oh my god, with the right low cut. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would,
bro. Yeah. For real. Well said, Josh.
It's Anna de Armas and Sydney Sweeney just sitting there just trying to figure out how to do their taxes.
Good lord, yeah.
Just for
an hour and a half.
I'd rather watch Sydney Sweeney work on that 4-wheel drive the off-road vehicle she's got for like an hour and a half. I think I'd be okay.
There you go.
Oh my god.
God damn it! What happened to? I've been playing for those that want a good video game. Pick up Dragon's Dogma 2, primarily because
get back into that,
dude. Like you can create a character, like the character creator in the first game was pretty good. Mm-hmm. This one you can basically customize them to almost however you want them to. Like I made my pawn look like Gary, like Nerd Erotic. It was great. So I'm just running around as Black Aragorn, and he's like short Gandalf. It was phenomenal. And then I'm gonna put my third playthrough. I'm gonna do like Link and Zelda. It's gonna be great. Get that game because it's got great combat mechanics. The story is absolutely stupid but pointless. But there's a lot to do in the world. That game has 2012 graphics. Yes, it does. Get it anyway.
It still plays really well though. Like even I had booted up Dragon's Dogma, and it's good, man. Like it's a good, like if you've played the hell out of Skyrim and never played Dragon's Dogma, like it's
Dragon's Dogma looks leagues better.
It's definitely much smoother than but I mean
there's less to do in Skyrim. I mean there's less to do in Dragon's Dogma compared to Skyrim.
But the combat is just so much better and more fun.
It is.
Oh, it is. Yep. It is. It's so great. And I'm so glad that they use the same engine, the RE engine, I believe it is. They the same engine they use for Monster Hunter World they use with Dragon's Dogma. But one of the things that I'm one of those people, like when it comes to gaming, I don't care about having the best looking graphics and stuff like that. I just need things to be comprehensible. If that makes sense. Like I could comprehend what's going on the screen. I'm okay. Because I'll play 8-bit games. I play 16-bit games. I play fucking 64, like low polygon shit, like from the 64 and PlayStation 1 days, and playing fucking Ape Escape, where everything is just like oblong ass shapes and a net attached to like that oblong shape, trying to catch monkeys and shit. It's great. I'm fine with that. I just want good gameplay. And that's what Dragon's Dogma offers.
Yeah, no.
Sweet One said everything these days is so watered down and woke. Even Bruce Willis couldn't win. Yeah, and he took a vow of silence. So.
Bro, legitimately, he just dipped. It was great.
Too soon.
Like I hate that because like almost everything he's in, I love. Like the longest yard, not the longest yard. I keep getting that mixed up. God damn it! It's not the Green Mile. Or is it the longest? Is it the longest yard?
No, you're the whole 9 yards.
Whole 9 yards. There we go. Thank you. Whole 9 yards was great. Hudson Hawk was phenomenal. Red was phenomenal. Obviously, Die Hard. Like almost everything he's in, I love.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. I just watched that.
That's a good movie.
It's a multi-pass. He knows.
Start counting.
Yeah.
Great.
His whole. It's wild to me that he can't talk anymore. It's so sad. And it's like dementia, basically, right?
Yeah.
Because he has so many
great bangers.
Movies.
He has a bunch of bangers. Tim Curry is another one with a crazy ass filmography, but he also has his health conditions that prevents him from doing more stuff.
Did he not? Is he still kicking? Because he's not looking good. I know.
He's still kicking. He's definitely still alive, but that stroke fucked him up.
Yeah, it did. I was gonna pull up his
like if I could put together a cast of like 5 actors in their prime, it'd definitely be in my camp would be like Tim Curry, Bruce Campbell, Bruce Willis, David Boreanaz, that's my boy, and Nicolas Cage. I feel like that would be one of the funniest action films of all time.
Oh, here's a question. Someone brought up Wolverine Deadpool. Does it hit 2 billion, you think?
2 billion?
Not 2 billion. No.
Well, don't you think it easily hits 1?
I honestly, I don't think so.
I think it's up in the air.
I think it's up in the air. I think it's possible that it'll cross 1 billion, but it's got 2 major factors going against it. One, it's rated R. It's really hard for a rated R movie to hit 1 billion. Yes, it has happened, and it's even happened in recent memory, but it is hard. 2, the Marvel stink. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 should have made $1 billion, and it didn't because of the Marvel taint. So I think it's going to have that going against it. I think what it does have a major advantage for it is we've already seen Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, both specifically Ryan Reynolds, ragging on current Marvel in the trailers, in the movie, and in the marketing. So it's that I think is going to give it a little bit, again, give it a major edge over what Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 did. But I still think there's a possibility it could not make $1 billion. I hope it does. I think it could, but I also think it could go either way. So 2 billion, but no, 2 billion, no way. Not a chance.
We're kind of screwed Guardians 3 over for the most part, is that like they put Quill in the back, basically. Like it doesn't have to be completely about him, but don't completely sideline him either. He's still the leader of the Guardians. And they made it more about like Rocket. Because fan favorite or some shit like that. And then like every other character just felt like they were there because they're kind of like contracted to. And it didn't sit well. The story was kind of all over the place, but I mean, like James Gunn still pulled it off somehow. It did a decently good number. Could have been better, but did decently, and that's not good enough with Feige's Disney.
No.
I keep going back and forth. I think it's an easy $1 billion. And I think like we're in a spot now where people are so starved for that, like for Marvel to be great again, for lack of sounding, cliche. Like I think people want it all to be amazing and awesome. And Hugh Jackman and him are together. This is something they've been talking about for years now.
We've all been begging for this.
Right. Well, and now it's happening.
Well, it's much like I'm looking at it the same kind of perspective that Eric has, Ripper, for those that don't know. In that it's kind of like Marvel has caused so many deep cuts over the years. Well, at least the MCU has caused so many deep cuts over the year in Hollywood in general that it's kind of one of those things where you can want it back as much as you want, but if you lose, if you like, cut your arm a number of times, you're gonna get scars. So your arm's not you're not gonna get that same arm back, if that makes sense, right? Like you're not gonna get that same aesthetic back. It's not gonna be the Marvel of old or the DC of old or anything like that. You're just gonna get like not garbage. So it's more like where I am personally. I'm just like if it makes a lot of money, cool. I haven't went to see a Marvel movie in theaters since Endgame because I just don't care anymore. I'm on to other things. I got my own manga I'm drawing. I'm working with Eric to sell Rippaverse stuff. I'm doing other things now. I got my energy towards somewhere else. They've already burned me enough times, and I'm just like, all right, I get the point. I get it. It's not for me. And I did.
Silvar says, even if go ahead, Raiken. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I just think overall, like, good or bad for like the Wolverine and Deadpool movie, I think it's just like if it came out like a couple years ago, I think it would do like $1 billion. But because it's coming out now, it's just like I don't see it doing $1 billion.
If it followed right behind what is it? Not Multiverse of Madness, but Far From Home or No Way Home.
Oh yeah,
No Way Home, yeah.
There's no way it wouldn't. It would have. Yeah, that then there might have been an argument for like $1.5 billion at that point.
Yeah. If it followed behind No Way Home, especially if they would have made like a Spider-Man cameo, absolutely would have it would have hit 1.5 billion minimum.
Because like at least like you're hitting like 2 movies in a row that would have been like catering towards like the audience's desires of like seeing all these people working together. But like because it's coming out now, it's like I just don't see it hitting $1 billion.
Yeah,
it's gonna have a long. I'll tell you right now, if it's as good as what we hope, and the word of mouth ends up being as good as what we hope it is, then I could see it doing it. But if it ends up just being okay, like maybe Deadpool 2 was, then I don't think it's gonna happen.
It has to be amazing. Like it can't just be good. It has to be like a spectacular, amazing movie. Like
a spectacular Spider-Man. Go ahead. Sorry.
Nah.
Well, like it just like it can't have any negative like reviews or anything like negative about the movie. Like everything has to hit in order for it to hit $1 billion, I think.
Right.
See, I don't think so. I think it would have to be flawless to hit 2. I think it's a shoe-in for $1 billion. I really do.
You think just the combo of Hugh and Ryan Reynolds enough is for that?
Yeah, because again, he's a charming dude. This is something he's been like, it's been like a fucking 10-year marketing, like
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He's been Deadpool in every movie he's in. So
he's been Deadpool since Blade Trinity.
Yeah, and all he's been doing is talking about, how great would it be if we let's get Hugh to put the claws on one more time. And like it's been a marketing campaign since the end of Deadpool, even before that. So now it's successful. It's a brilliant work. And just like Endgame and Infinity War, you'll never see something like this again. Is like as far as the marketing campaign goes, and then maybe the blend of these universes, because I think Marvel now knows that they need something like this. They need Deadpool to come over to Marvel to like maybe they do it as a way for him to kill the whole universe and start all over. Maybe that's the idea. I don't know. But that's probably giving Marvel too much credit at this point. I don't think they're really
if they pulled the Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, then that would be one of the smartest resets that they could ever do. But then that'd also be subverting a lot of their roadmap, which means they'd have to go back to square one. So I don't think that's a risk.
But they probably need to at this point. My only worry is like with this movie is like there's no way Hugh Jackman is going to do any more Wolverine movies after this. I don't.
I old as shit.
Yeah. No. So it's like you're like they really are gonna have to nail a send off for him, because like if they don't nail that send off for him, it's like that's it. Like that they're done.
Yeah, they're gonna go to Conroy.
The thing about that is like, because Hugh Jackman came out in an interview recently and he was talking about how he didn't plan on ever putting the claws back on. He didn't plan on it. He thought after he was done with Logan, he was done. But he was like, Logan he just kept thinking. Yeah,
It was,
and he
it was
just
a great
kept
send off for him.
and he just kept thinking about how this whole Deadpool and Wolverine thing is something that the fans have always wanted. It's something that the fans have been talking about since the very first X-Men movie with Hugh Jackman in it. And he was just like, I can't not give this to the fans. So he's like, he literally called up Ryan and was like, I'm down, let's do the movie. And he's like, and then he's like, I did that before I even called my agent. He's like, I called to my agent afterwards. He's like, oh, by the way, I just committed to a movie. So like, honestly, I'm thinking if those two have enough of a good time doing it, like that's a money printer go brew. Just make Deadpool and Wolverine movies for like the next decade. And like, just let them have
use
fun
younger
with it
people, but yeah.
well, I mean, not necessarily. Just let Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman go off and do whatever the hell they want in their own little freaking corner of the MCU, and at least you'll have something making you money. I don't know.
Yeah, it's at this point, it's really hard to tell what Marvel is trying to do and what they want to do. Because none of us, all of us, have lost like really any interest. I'm interested in this movie. I'll go see it for sure.
I'm definitely excited for this one.
But I just think, what have you done, and why are we where we are? Because you had the perfect formula, and now it's just all recycled garbage at this point with heroes that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah,
it sucks,
One of the things that also gave me hope was today is because like I've been covering the Blade movie for a while since like we heard the first rumors of its development and when Ali got attached to it and everything else. And I don't know how many actors out there in the Hollywood actually have the balls to do what some of these guys have done. But like Ryan Reynolds has gotten away with everything he's got away with because he's Ryan Reynolds, and he would have told Kevin Feige and Bob Iger to stick it where the sun don't shine if he didn't get to do the movie the way he wanted to. Right. And even he's come out and said, I'm surprised they let us get away with everything that they let us get away with. But one of the things that's cool about the Blade movie is we keep hearing this stuff from the background, from these rumor stuff that later gets confirmed about how bad Ali has been pushing back against the abomination that they tried turning that Blade movie into. The report we just got at the end of last week was they are now on their 7th writer. Okay. They have basically the outline done. They're supposed to start filming in fall, but now they're bringing on a new writer because Ali was pissed, wasn't happy with the villain. And now they're changing it to where it'll be a male villain in the movie. And like, he's putting his foot down. Dude, he's putting his foot down. Like, he is not going to let them, because what they were going to try to do is they were going to try to do it like some of the recent Blade comics have done and bring in Blade's daughter and replace him. And that's what they were going to try to do initially. And Ali was like, I'll walk. I will not do that. And so he's fought his butt off tooth and nail to get the entire thing redone. We've got an entire new team that's on the thing. So that's another one that I am at this point cautiously optimistic about. I just wish more of the actors would have the balls to do that kind of thing. If Chris Hemsworth would have had the balls to do something like that with his Thor character, we probably gotten a much different Thor movie than we did from the last one.
I don't think Chris Hemsworth was really in much of I don't think he had much of a say so in that. Like, his own personal health was not allowing him to do it. I think if I remember correctly, he's got like the early stages of Alzheimer's or something like that.
No. What it is he's got the genetic marker that makes it highly likely that he will get it. So that was where his thing was, where he came back and was like, look, I'm only going to work with people that I enjoy working with. I'm only going to work on projects that I think are going to be fun. He's like, it was basically ragging on Taika Waititi, saying I never want to work with that fucking asshole again because he was a prick and it was miserable the entire time.
Because Taika's only down for like how often he can get his dick sucked by Tessa Thompson. Let's be honest.
I believe that.
Oh.
But I mean, can't blame him for that either.
Like that.
Yeah, it's like that. I mean, you're talking about the guy. You're talking about a guy who took a role, who took a directing role, not because he liked Thor. He knew nothing about Thor. He took the job because it was a paycheck.
Yep.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Well, he did.
He genuinely doesn't give a fuck. He just took the job because they said, "Hey, do you want money?"
I liked Ragnarok. I thought he did good with Ragnarok.
I bet you did.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, Ragnarok was fine. Ragnarok was a good movie, but I feel like Thor needed a more serious movie for like
I'd say
the one after that, but they didn't give it to him. They kept, like, just shitting on him.
Like, did I want
all the jokes?
Did I want Planet Hulk? Absolutely. Was I satisfied with what I got with Ragnarok? Yes. Like it was entertained. I was entertained, and I thought it was, I don't know. I just thought it was fun. Like it was a Marvel movie at that point, because like all the other ones had their own like little, like parts that were like not serious, and this was, I don't know. I know why people don't like it. I liked it.
Speaking on Planet Hulk, though, I think Ruffalo would have been in the same position as whatever guy's name is, Chris Redfield, or what's his last Evans. There we go. It would have been in the same position as Chris Evans, where like you're a liked enough character in the Marvel movie, but but otherwise you like nobody cares about you in the other way or like any other position. But he not only is he a not a like character in Marvel movies, he's also a shitty person outside of his role. If they would have gave him the Planet Hulk movie, like where he actually gets to take on a more serious like role, then he would have had that same level of respect that Chris Evans got towards the end of his run as Captain America. Or they could have just completely shelved him and brought Edward Norton back, despite how much of an asshole he was working with.
Yeah,
he was still the best Hulk we got since Ferrigno. All right,
he was the best Bruce Banner we got as well.
Yeah, that
like,
too.
He was much better than Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, as far as I'm concerned.
God, oh my God, it pisses me off. I hate Ruffalo.
Right.
Yep. I just don't think they could do a Planet Hulk, because I feel like if you want to do Planet Hulk, right, you got to do like kind of like more of like a gritty kind of like dark.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't think Marvel or like Disney would do it.
But like
Mark Ruffalo, I don't think they do a good job at it.
Yeah, you got to bring in the Illuminati as well. So
yeah. Well, the other thing was too is like the elements they took from Planet Hulk were just like, it was just member berry type things. Like, oh hey, look at this. See?
Yeah, it pissed me off when I saw Beta Ray Bill's like face up on the fucking Coliseum. I was like, but we don't get Beta Ray. Get the fuck. I don't want it.
Well, even Meek. Like Meek was a huge part of that whole thing, and I was like, something like that is just like, okay, well, that's nothing. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is like when you say like you, as far as Planet Hulk, you were satisfied with that. That's why I completely disagree with that. And I understand like the rights issues and stuff like that. And there's an argument to be made for that's why they can't do a Planet Hulk movie properly and yada, yada, yada. And I kind of defended the movie at the time because of that. But as far as like adapting Planet Hulk properly, like it's not even close. Like it's an absolute shadow of itself. I'm totally with Sheep on this one. It's an abomination as far as that kind of stuff.
Maybe I had it backwards. I wanted Planet Hulk. I was satisfied with what I got as far as Ragnarok, not with those so the movie as a whole I enjoyed, but I would say I was disappointed with what I got as far as Ragnarok. Like it was like they wanted to say to me, "Look, we were thinking about this.
Right.
Here it is." And it was like, "Yeah, but you totally got it wrong. Like that's not it."
Story beats that had no problem. They had no place in the movie in the first place.
Right. I was like
Valkyrie is a story in its own.
Right. Yeah. We all want Planet Hulk. We want World War Hulk. Like we want those things, not this. Like, please, like stop messing this up. And honestly, it was the beginning of the end with a lot of it.
It's like Eric says, like you can get more of the customer's money. Yeah, it sounds greedy, but you can get more of the customer's money if you give them what they are looking for.
Yeah,
a weird concept, I know, right? Like I've been saying in this in my videos for a while. Make the fans happy, we'll make you rich. Screw us over, piss us off, we'll make you bankrupt, and that's what's happening.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Chef. I wanted a steak medium rare. How in the 1900 403 realms? I know what I just said. 1900 403 realms. Did I just end up with a goddamn salad? There's no meat in this. I don't want salad. I want meat. And then the chef just goes, fuck you. Like, get out if you don't like, the steak I just gave you. And it's just like, all right, well, cool. I'll go ahead and go get my steak somewhere else, with blackjack and hookers. And then the chef loses business.
Yep. And that's exactly what we see with Hollywood right now. Hollywood, the gaming industry, all of it. They thought that all of us yeah, they thought all of us were just a bunch of dumb, sheep that would just eat whatever, pigs at the slop. It would just take whatever they wanted, and and they're finding out that they were completely and totally wrong, and now they're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it. I'll document the disastrous dumpster fire of all things Hollywood.
Oh, gentlemen,
yes.
I think it's about time to wrap up.
Closing time.
You are always welcome back here. Appreciate you coming tonight. Hope you had fun.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're always welcome back when it's Wednesday. We'll say that.
Yes.
The other day, stay away.
Don't come back on a Thursday. We won't be here. But what do you got coming up, man? Share what you got going on. Let's get some links for him in the chat, because Raiken's over on Rumble, and I'm sure you guys have seen him. If you're still here from Camelot Stream, you've seen him over on his channel before. So
yeah. So right now I'm just playing video games right now. I don't have anything planned at the moment. I've been so busy like the last couple of weeks. I've been like working a lot of overtime at work and then like traveling and stuff. So I haven't had a whole lot of like plans, but I'm going to be trying to get back into like a normal like schedule of like streaming video games on Rumble. And then hopefully just like take the leap and start doing some YouTube content soon. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, follow me on RaikenNight on Rumble and on Twitter. Same, just RaikenNight.
Nice. Sheep, what do you got coming up?
Selling more Ripverse books. Y'all be on the lookout for Gooding. It's going to be dropping next month. Next month being June. So y'all be on the lookout for that. That's being done by Mike Barron and Will Conrad.
Nice.
On the art. So it's going to be phenomenal. On top of that, I will be on Horror Amarada's channel this weekend, playing Neverwinter Nights, her and a couple friends. Then on, that's on Saturday. On Sunday, we're going to be playing 3.5, where everybody on the team is non-human except for me. I'm the only human. It makes it great. Nonetheless,
D&D 3.5?
3.5, yeah.
Sweet.
D&D 3.5s. Otherwise, I will be drawing or playing Dragon's Dogma. Most likely drawing, because I think I put I think I'm somewhere close to like 300 hours into the game. I think I've earned the right to like sit it down for a while. I'm going to be drawing. So there's that. Go to fandemonium.locals.com to read the prologue of my manga. I am completely satisfied with where it is. I could have done, better things for it, but I like where it is. And I'm just going to, improve from there. It's going to be great, bro. Trust me. That's my source.
Huge.
Sources, trust me, bro. Huge. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, there's not. Go read manga, y'all. Go read manga.
Hell yeah. Jesse, what do you got coming up?
Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. We've got the morning prep. Come subscribe to my new YouTube channel. We just crossed 650 subscribers today. So come check that out. We're officially monetized over there, so you can become a member and all that kind of stuff. And all of that stuff helps out with the move. So come join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the morning prep, where we go over all the pop culture and nerd news of the day, and go through all of that kind of crazy stuff and cut some videos. That'll be a good time. Other than that, that's kind of my schedule. I mean, that I do Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. every day. So feel free to come us over there, Rumble and or YouTube, all of those wonderful platforms out there, X and all of that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, I had put out a couple of new videos tonight. Go check those out. They're covering a bunch of different stuff that I can't remember right now because I'm really tired and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here. But other than that, dude, Raiken, great to hang out with you. Great to see you again, man. Shags, Sheep, fuck you guys. The chat, you all are beautiful. I love you. Thank you, Camelot, for the raid. Go subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys. You're beautiful. You're amazing.
And for me, guys.
All right, guys. See you guys later. Peace out.
Thank you, everyone who came over from Camelot's channel. I really appreciate it. Cody, thank you so much for the raid tonight. Appreciate all the commentary you're doing regarding Nick's stuff. I'm going to try and catch your stream from tonight tomorrow and just hear what you had to say, because it looks like things were different and you got a lot of updates from him directly. So I'd love to listen to what that was. Make sure you guys check out my channel next week. I'll be doing 2 interviews for the Ready Set Shag podcast, one on Monday with Cordo Black Carrot, and then one on Thursday with Zach Shutt from Meta PCs. So we have 2 great interviews next week. Please check it out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Think about becoming a member. I am absolutely changing things up moving forward. I'm going to announce those things in the coming week or 2 weeks as soon as I figure out a couple of things. But big things happening. I'm really excited. Raiken, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Sheep and TheCommonNerd, appreciate you guys as always. Seeing you here on Wednesday. Nogreenrocks.
Dark Side Phil.
And Dark Side Phil. Nogreenrocks had to go to bed, but thank you. And Mr. Grant Gregory couldn't be with us tonight. But that's it for us, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Be good. We'll see you next Wednesday. Don't eat the yellow snow. Toodles.
Sayonara, y'all. Konnichiwa, motherfucker.
Hasta luego, assholes.
I just realized I wanted to say sayonara, not konnichiwa. Y'all know what I meant. Konnichi, not whatever.
Yeah.